Sweet. Okay, cool. Got the confirmation. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another Monday night. It is Monday, January 24th, and we are checking out another stay at home open mic. What is up? My name is Richie Madrufo. I am the project director of the Barbed Wire open mic series, and we've been doing this since we've been doing this in April of 2020. So, we're going strong. We have, as always, a full list of performers joining us from all around the country, from all around the world. We are based out of El Paso, Texas, but of course, because this is online, we welcome everyone. And as you'll see, we have a pretty hefty online community. We have people who also run open mics throughout the week, writing workshops. They have podcasts. They have books out. It's really a platform. So if you guys are tuning in for the first time, make sure to follow everyone. We're going to encourage people to share their social media or share any links. I'm not going to host tonight, which is really nice. I do want to give a shout out to Christine Ponce Diaz. She painted this really cool gift for me that's inspired by one of my poems. That's one of the coolest gifts you can get, right? So Christine, thank you so much, and I hope you're feeling better. If you're watching this right now. Anyway, so just had to give that shout out, a little plug. But right now, I'm gonna go ahead and hand things over to someone we all know and love. He always kills it at host, and I just love to sit back and watch him do his thing. I'm gonna fall back and just take care of the list, tech stuff. But again, thank you guys for tuning in to another stay-at-home open mic. Nick's, I'm gonna share Nick's stuff, so if you want to send a donation to him, because he always does a great job, and of course, definitely buy books and merch as it comes up during the show. But without further ado, let's go ahead and welcome tonight's host. Make some noise and welcome Nick Paleologos to the Zoom call. What's up, Nick? Take it away.
Nick,
everyone, what is up, Barbed Wire?
the real Nick P.
Yes, that I am the real Nick P. It is me in the flesh. Yes, morphing eventually. I might become a cyborg. I don't know yet. That is to be debated. And what I mean by that is that I had a root canal on Friday. So that's always fun, right? No, it's not. No, it's not. I like being here. I like being here and hosting. That's what I like. I like that more than root canals. But you know what? Gotta do what you gotta do, right? We have a full list tonight, so I'm not gonna spend too much time and everything on like that and everything. That's my stuff up there. See that? See that? Nick Paleologos Facebook, Instagram, the real Nick P. My Venmo is right there. See? See? Right there. My Cash App too. So if you want to donate to me, or if you want to buy my book, you can do that too as well. So either or, let's get going. Let's get this night started. I don't know about y'all, but I have been in such a funk lately with writing. So I'm going to kick off this night with an oldie, but a goodie piece from this fabulous book, Ad versus Reaction. And then we're going to get to the list. And who knows, I might have something for y'all, a little surprise later on. Gotta stick around. Here we go. This one is called Boxed. I have been in a funk, write, create, repeat, boxed in like boxer cornered to the post. Pain like Pacquiao punches, like Tyson punches, posting up like Abdul-Jabbar, like Duncan, like Antetokounmpo. Move swift, move forceful, hook the shot, swish, no rim, until tiredness takes over. 2 a.m. beckons, can't sleep. I have a fresh idea, put it to paper, drying out the ink from my soul, which makes me less of a person. I am in pain. I'm eating the same meal over and over again. It's a bland deliciousness of the same sad energy. Someone save me, grasp my hand, pull me out of the ocean of my own emotions. I have been looming for oxygen. I only inhale fire. My lungs need more than emotion. My mind shifts gears. I can't stop. Everything around me illuminates me to write another ad versus reaction. I am boxed in, floating on an ocean, loom for land. I'm hungry again. I will die if my soul won't be filled. So let's get this party started, y'all. Come on now, let's go. let's go right to the list. So I'm in Jersey, and I have to go next door. And what I mean by next door is I'm going to Manhattan to go see my friend Deadpan Lizzie. Yes, it's not pronounced Joyzy, it's pronounced Jersey. But we're going to get to that later on. Deadpan Lizzie. I found the fridge, though. I found the fridge, but it's changing. What's up? How you doing? It is if Deadpan's here. Or if Deadpan is muted. I don't know. Let's figure this out.
Sorry, I didn't realize that. I'm really usually pretty good about unmuting myself. I said, yes, you're going to have to find the new fridge on the other side of the park in Manhattan. And we really are twisted twins because you're sitting in a Jersey Devils beanie and I'm sitting in an Islanders beanie.
Yeah, let's get this party started, Deadpan Lizzie. Whenever you're ready to get going, the mic is yours.
Thank you. You can find me at ES_Strauss on the interwebs. I'm just going to read one piece tonight. Now, I don't normally explain my art or poetry, but I feel I need to for this one. Sometimes imitation can come off as the most sincerest form of flattery, but lately for people who are trying to do that, for me, it's coming off as really creepy. So this is for the adult man children who need to back the fuck off and not and get your own life, please. So this is called Creeper. They say imitation is the most sincere form of flattery, but when you do it, it makes me want to vomit. No one likes a copycat or anyone who behaves like Peter Pan. Being a Broadway beanie god poet broker, 'tis not a joke. Peter would fly far, far past the North Star to Neverland if he had to live in my worn-out marathon sneakers for even an hour. Man children are not as strong as women for a reason. So in the nicest way I can, back the fuck off, you creepy dudes. I cannot digest Peter Pan peanut butter, so why would you think I can stomach you? Like Wendy, I grew up. Nothing scary about being an adult. And for those of you who are into children, maybe rethink a word that starts with a P. Does that ring a bell? I'll say it nicely again. Back the fuck off, you creepy dudes. I had to get that off my chest, so thank you.
Everyone unmute yourselves and give it up for Deadpan Lizzie, everyone.
Yes. Right on. True.
Thank you.
And say who that goes out to, that poem.
What'd you say, Herman Cowboy Foot?
Huh?
I didn't hear what you said.
You said this poem goes out to, you didn't say.
Yeah. I said the poem goes out to middle-aged 40-something-year-old men who seem to want to have my lifestyle, and instead they come off as giant creeps, and that is not okay.
You know who you are.
It is no one in this Zoom, I promise. It is no one in this Zoom. But if they are watching,
I know.
leave me the hell alone, please.
Exactly. You leave Lizzie alone because then you got to deal with me. And no one wants to deal with crazy me. No.
Yeah, thank you for letting me share.
Anytime, Lizzie, we got you. We got your back. We got your back. We got you in this, all right? Creepy people, back the F off, okay? Yeah. Back the fuck off. I'm going to say that right there. I'm going to say it right there. Yeah. See, there you go, right there. Lizzie, where can the people find you online and all the cool things that you're doing? Because you got a lot that was coming up. We just did a workshop too as well with Ron Mark Thompson and Bronx Art Fun Hub. Shout outs to them. We'll be hearing from Ron later on tonight.
Yes, and I'm so happy you're hosting, Nick. It's great to see you as always. We did just host a workshop about how to host, open mics and other mediums of art. And we're going to do a part 2 where we focus more on exercises, so that you can find that at ES_Strauss or Bronx Art and Fun Hub or at The Real Nick P. We'll give all the details probably within the next month or so about that. And I'm doing a lot of things and I don't want to take too much more time up because we have other fabulous artists here. So just follow me at ES_Strauss if you want to learn more about me. And thank you so much for letting me rock out tonight.
Of course. To the beanie god right there. We're going to let you rock out here, and we're going to rock out, and we're going to knock the rocks out of the creepy people because, creepy people ain't cool. No. we don't do that here. No, 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 no. Absolutely not. Thank you again, Lizzie, for coming through and sharing tonight. And if you're listening, creepy dudes, you've been put on notice. Watch out. Anyways, on notice now, or should I say, on our flight from the Manhattan area to Colorado, we're going to see what Mike Sindler's got cooking right there. What is going on, Mike? How you doing tonight?
But put those tray tables up. Yes. All's good. Good to be here. Tell you, today, if she was still around, would be my mom's 92nd birthday. She isn't. So this is actually something I wrote very shortly after her last birthday, which was when she turned 85. And I was in the process at that time of sort of closing down her house and getting ready to take her to live in hospice. And so some of y'all have heard this. It's called My Mother Waits. My mother waits, but does not know that soon she'll leave the family home. Sometimes she still knows where she is, sometimes the names of friends and kids. It pains me to remove her from this place, but it's why I've come to take her down, Florida bound, away from this forgotten town. At least there will be family to come most days for company. Young children who will give her hugs and let her know that she is loved. So in comfort, she can now rest surrounded by those she's blessed as our beloved matriarch now fades away into the dark towards the place we all will reach, deserved an eternal peace. And so I'll cherish these few days I have to gaze on her sweet face. And I will go from there to one for someone who we just lost. And I wrote this within a very, very short, probably less than an hour of finding out that the world has lost the great spiritual teacher, Thich Nhat Hanh. And so this is called Let Love Pour Out for Tay. Light is not snuffed out when the soul leaves the body. All is as it was and will continue to be in the cycle of karma. In moments such as these, despite all we've been taught, our hearts still feel loss. It is, after all, human to let love pour out in tears. And I'm going to do a little haiku that's called Another Poem for WCW, because let's face it, you just can't do enough satire on WCW. I've hidden your plums somewhere near the wheelbarrow. Who is sorry now? Okay, and that being said, on goes the hat. And strange story with this one. A friend of mine actually drew a comic based on this song, which is by T-Bone Burnett. And I was backstage at a bar at a T-Bone Burnett show and introduced the two of them and got T-Bone to agree to that it was fine for him to go ahead and do this comic. And then my friend never did anything with it, which just always want to kick him for that. But that being said, this is a great T-Bone Burnett piece called Hefner and Disney. Somewhere between Never Neverland and Wonderland, in a place called Never Wonderland, there lived a beautiful, wealthy young divorcee with a checkered past and a bad memory who should probably remain nameless. And men traveled from far and wide to try and win her hand, and she took in stragglers from all over the known world. Her newest guests were, as her mother called them, the latest Russians to defect. One's name was Hefner, the other's was Disney. Disney smoked a pipe and was very philosophical. He was constantly surrounded by go-go girls. He used to take pictures of them without any clothes on and sell them to the neighborhood children. Hefner, on the other hand, was not so introspective. He loved a good story just like anybody else. In fact, he loved the myths of Never Wonderland so much that he made elaborate molded plastic sculptures of all the characters in the myths. And then he'd set them out in the garden until he built a whole nother land in Never Wonderland, which he called Hefnerland. The neighborhood children loved them, and they had lots of fun playing in Hefnerland and looking at all of Disney's go-go pictures because they didn't know any better and they didn't know any worse. But the beautiful, wealthy young divorcee thought that they were only after her money. Sometimes she even wished they would go back to Russia. But with it between you and me, they were really dupes of the wicked king who wanted to rob the children of their dreams. Okay, thank y'all very much.
Unmute yourselves, everyone, and give it up for Michael Sindler, everyone.
Yeah. Awesome, man.
What a great set tonight, Michael. I appreciate what you brought to the table tonight. Thank you for sharing all that. And also, shout out to lighthousewriters.org right there. I wanted to give that shout out. There it is right there. If we could just spotlight Michael real quick, just to show lighthousewriters.org for the people over there. There we go. Go to lighthousewriters.org. That is a great, great website with a lot of great things. Michael, if you want to just say real quickly if there's anything that's coming up, I haven't checked the website in a bit.
Oh, yeah, there's all kinds of great stuff. Actually, there are new classes that are just starting right now and workshops, 4 and 8 weeks things. On a regular basis, every month, there's the writing in color and the queer creatives, which are really great sort of mixer things that are just fantastic. There's visiting author things that are coming up. And we're gearing up for Lit Fest, which is going to be spectacular. So yeah, thanks for reminding me of that. Really appreciate that, Nick.
Anytime, Michael, anytime. Got to shout them out right there. And Lit Fest sounds like it's going to be a lit time, Not like, what was it, that show that's going to go on in Vegas. I think Bamboozle will be better. Personally, that's just my take of it. But yeah, that's another story for another day. Thank you so much, Michael. All right, we're going to hop on the plane, and we're going to go to Toronto. We got Jeff Cottrell right there going to show us what's going on. What is up, Jeff? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Root canals suck, but other than that, I'm doing fantastic, and it's great to see you again. It's been a while, and also want to say congratulations on the book too. By the way, I just want to wish you congratulations on that. Whenever you're ready to get started, Jeff, the mic is yours.
Okay, a little bit more on the book later, but I'll start with a relatively new one. I don't know if I've done it on this night yet. If I have, congratulations, you're hearing it again. But I hope you're in a romantic mood because this is kind of an early Valentine's piece. It's called An Honest Proposal. My dear, my love, please accept my hand in marriage. There's nothing more romantic I can think of. Just think of it. Think of the lovely life we'll share. Think of the rapturous wedding we'll hold. Think of the passionate honeymoon. Think of the limitless lovemaking. Think of the joy of stepping into our first house. Think of the tears we'll shed when our first child is born. Think of the pride we'll feel watching our child grow up. Think of the slightly fewer tears we'll shed when our second child is born. Think of the stretch marks you'll have. Just think of it. Think of the years of family dinners spent together. Think of the birthday parties and Christmas mornings. Think of the endless school hockey games and plays. Think of the countless sibling fights we'll break up. Think of the disappointing report cards. Think of the minimal amount of tears we'll shed when our third child is born. Think of the neglect our middle child will suffer. Think of the times our middle child will act out because of our neglect. Think of the moment the cop will tell us our middle child has been arrested for vandalism. Just think of it. Think of the dull daily routine into which our lives will plummet. Think of the day we'll stop going out without the children. Think of the evenings sitting in front of the TV and never speaking to each other. Think of the passive-aggressive verbal jabs we'll poke at each other. Think of the moment we'll forget what we saw in each other in the first place. Think of the screaming arguments our children will overhear when they're in bed. Think of the slamming doors and hurled plates. Think of the silent treatments and insincere apologies. Think of the therapy bills our children will pay. Just think of it. Think of the night I'll catch you receiving cunnilingus from my brother's weightlifting trainer. Think of the condescending tone you'll adopt to mock my sexual inadequacy. Think of the tiny basement apartment into which I'll move. Think of the vicious, exhausting court battle we'll prolong for months. Think of the enormous legal bills and time wasted. Think of the way we'll make our children choose which of us they love more. Think of the friends we'll lose and the gossip they'll share. Think of the size my belly'll grow as I just stop caring. Think of the botched plastic surgery that'll symbolize your desperate drive to stay young. Just think of it. Think of the thousands of lonely nights of TV dinners and masturbation. Think of the chronic online stalking of old high school crushes. Think of the, oh, you're leaving. I suppose you need more time to think. I'll be waiting here with this beautiful tungsten wedding ring. A life together. Just think of it. That was an honest proposal, and I'll close with an oldie. A couple of you have probably heard this before. Maybe you all have. But this is an oldie called a Review of This Piece. Review of This Piece by Jeff Cottrell begins rather unimaginatively with a straightforward literalism that desperately wants to emulate the tone of an educated critic, using terms such as literalism and emulate for effect. By the second sentence, you realize you're in for some kind of postmodern self-reflexive parody, but Cottrell quickly undermines the formal tone by switching you to the second person for no reason. The piece carries on quite aimlessly, dragging on with the same theme, with an overly complex sentence that runs on and on and on and on, with no apparent sign of its ever having been edited right down to its most tight and clear and efficient form of verbal expression, but rather choosing to be redundant through repetition, more repetition, and saying the same thing over and over in different ways. Then finally, there's a shorter sentence. But the damage has been done, and Cottrell finds himself flailing at the end of his first paragraph, yearning for a clever closing remark to make a transition, but unable to come up with even a modestly catchy turn of phrase. At this point, Cottrell seems to be aware that he has shot his whole load in the first paragraph, and thus, for a cheap laugh, resorts to such crass, vulgar imagery as shooting one's load. Then the attempts at clever self-reference continue, but without any real accomplishment. Like a starving man reaching for one solitary breadcrumb he knows won't help him, Cottrell throws in a poor simile. On top of that, his attempt at a metaphor is a pathetic wounded animal, and his penchant for cliches leaves something to be desired. Cottrell cops out with the smug trick of pointing out various literary techniques by using those very techniques, but even supposing that were funny, he ruins the stunt by explaining it openly. The worst part is there's no payoff. Where is this leading to? Does he really think changing the tone with rhetorical questions can save this mess? So on to the second page, the piece continues, and Cottrell is once again just looking for filler. You almost get the impression that he's trying to stretch the whole composition out to a full 4 or 5 minute length in order for it to fit in with many of his other stories and monologues, but he can't do it because there just isn't enough substance behind the theme to sustain a piece of that size. And even if there were, Cottrell would be better off simply ending it right there and leaving his audience wanting more. But does he have that kind of restraint and self-awareness? Of course not. He just keeps on writing and writing and writing, wasting everybody's time with the same thing over and over and over and over, even though he's clearly running out of fresh ideas. Even when he does finally come up with something new, the grammar he uses is real bad. In conclusion, the review of this piece is a formulaic and forgettable flop, complete with gratuitous alliteration. It's just another one of Cottrell's contrived, indulgent, overlong, one-joke monologues without any real soul behind it. If only Cottrell had the courage to challenge himself and write something from the heart without being satirical or relying on a bag of clever but cold, shallow gimmicks, perhaps he could make some significant progress as a writer beyond the realm of Zoom open mic nights. It actually says that. It's a 15-year-old piece, but it says that. But alas, if this is the best he can come up with now, he is doomed to a lifetime of literary obscurity. And even if Cottrell is satisfied with that, the least he could learn to do is come up with better endings. I don't see any more there. I guess that's all that's there. That was review of this piece. That's an oldie. And yes, my book is coming out soon. The official launch party on Zoom will be March 19th with a big lineup of guest performers that I'll reveal that at a later date. And my next Zoom gig is February 26th at Gestalt Poetry in Nashville. Okay, there we go.
Yes, congratulations, Jeff. Everyone unmute yourselves and give it up for Jeff Cottrell, everyone. Woo!
All right, a little self-flagellation, baby.
Congratulations, Jeff. That is awesome. I'm so proud. And I see it right there, Gestalt, I believe it's how it's pronounced. Gestalt Poetry based in Nashville. Go check that out too as well. And shout outs to you, Jeff Cottrell. Again, congratulations. You're doing so many awesome things right there. I can't wait for that book. I will see if I can make it into the release. And if I can't make it, then I'll definitely pick up a copy. I have you on Facebook, so I will definitely talk to you about that, my friend. And we'll talk about a signed copy. Maybe a signed copy just for me. I love it. Thank you so much, Jeff. You were awesome. All right.
So that can be arranged.
Yes. Yes. Before I go Super Saiyan right here, let's get to the next person right there before I go Super Saiyan, which is Robin Schofield, El Paso's very own right there. We're going home right there. What is up, Robin? How are you? I love the hat, by the way. I love that. Green is my favorite color. Yes.
Hey.
I'm all about that.
Yeah, I love a green hat. Yeah, I used to have a green hat in Austin that I found at St. Vincent de Paul's. I remember I wore it to the Allen Ginsberg poetry reading one night. It was fun. Oh, those were the days.
Indeed.
A few poems and then a cover poem. Well, I have two poems. And I'm going to read my poems about light that I wrote. They're fairly new in that I wrote them last summer. I went to Massachusetts and went to the MoCA, the Massachusetts Museum of Contemporary Art, and saw an exhibit by the light artist, James Turrell. So these are two poems that came out of that. Self-portrait as light. My eyes are like a sea of grass and wildflowers, absorbing all but green and red wavelengths. I give you this mountain meadow. The copper top of the garden fence post scares away the crows and all the darkness, exploding like a galaxy. Water reflects wavy golden lines on the underside of leaves, like ripples on the pond of visible wind. What is revealed by 1,000 tadpoles, gaping turtle, the hoot of an owl, frog chorus answering the thunder. Rain quenches the thirsty desert, spears of white and yellow light coming down hard from purple clouds on the sparkling sand as it rushes into roads and arroyos. How loud it is, how fast the lightning. Light through window panes, golden riot of rectangles and lines. Light falls, we say, from a celestial turquoise sky. Moonlight is all reflection. It's a full moon tonight, and there will be light in the forest. Vultures dance on an updraft. How far away are their dark wings in the sunlight? When the wind dies, where do they fold their wings? At home in the desert, his eyes are the color of sky and water, blue or transparent. But the sky's color isn't constant. On the forest floor of spent golden needles, a scarlet surprise, an eft. made of all wavelengths except scarlet. I cannot say what color the river is, except that it reflects the cottonwoods, the stones, clouds, and sky. I rise in the pink and gray dawn before the moment of gloaming. Buttercups wave in the breeze, and the sky changes moment to moment. Thank you, guys. And this is another one based on James Turrell stuff. And I took some praises from the museum's literature they gave out on him. And he's doing a thing that's pretty near us. I think it's in Arizona, called the Rodin Crater. Apparently there was this crater and he's bought it or something, and he's doing all these installations there. So highly advise that those of us in the Southwest go there when it opens. This is called Light is the Medium. Golden spent leaves on the floor of the dark hemlock forest, the scarlet eft there, slow-footed, while the speed of light is unfathomable. Green fire moss lit within covers fallen logs, suddenly bereft of light. The velocity of the visible cycles over a razor-thin margin, only a sliver from deep red running to violet hues, perceptible on this pulsing segment of spectrum, spilled blood to blue-handled screwdriver. Energy unfolds a totality, the globe with oceans of crushed opal, or the baseball curving into home plate as light washes and illuminates our world. On emerald gold moss, the young salamander glows, conflating space with light. The lanyard around my neck flashes in the dark hallway, saying my name to all who can see. Silver slivers leak under the doors. My coffee cup of dark reflections, the treasure box of daylight. Light makes volume into space in the sculpture garden as the staff lanyards glint. Everyone's names a blur in the distance. Spaces of infinite depth, but within them, the yellow-green fireflies, the frequency and amplitude of each one of them. Light is a sculptor's putty knife on the white blinds by the jewels of the globe. Filtered light falls on the not quite dark forest floor, a soft gold, the scarlet F there in the emerald moss under a topaz sky. All right. And now thank you. I found this wonderful poem on the interwebs, and it's called Feeding the Worms by Danusha Lamaris. And it's the greatest poem about earthworms I have ever read. So it's called Feeding the Worms by Danusha Lamaris. Ever since I found out that earthworms have taste buds all over the delicate pink strings of their bodies, I pause, dropping apple peels into the compost bin. Imagine the dark, writhing ecstasy, the sweetness of apples permeating their pores. I offer beets and parsley, avocado and melon, the feathery tops of carrots. I'd always thought there's a menial life, eyeless and hidden, almost vulgar, though now it seems they bear a pleasure so sublime, so decadent. I want to contribute however I can, forgetting a moment my place on the menu. All right, that's it. That's what I have.
And that was everything. Everyone, unmute yourselves and give it up for Robin Schofield. Everyone. Woo!
Hey.
Thank
That-
you.
That was great right there. That was definitely one of the best Earthworm poems I've ever heard in my life. So yeah, I'm all about
Yeah.
that right there. I'm all about that right there. I'm also about the space references. I caught those. I love space references in poems right there. Yeah. And the hat. And the hat is amazing. Robin, where can the people find you online and all your books and everything too as well? And all
Yeah,
this.
where'd my book go? Oh, there it is. Yeah, I have my book, Flow, and it won an award. It was named Southwest Book of the Year, and you can email me and get a copy of this one. And I think my other book is online, mouthfeelbooks dot com, I guess. Yeah, mouthfeelbooks.com. I imagine my son will put it in the chat. He always does.
Definitely. Shout outs to Kit Wren right there, who we'll be hearing from later on tonight, Mr. Monday Night right there. Being the bouncer at every single thing you could ever imagine right there. So, I mean, like, literally, that's the most awesome thing in the world. Dope Poet and Robin, Dope Son and Kit. I love it. I love all of it. Thank you so much, Robin, for coming through. I loved hearing your set tonight. Now,
Thank you.
everyone, anytime. Now, everyone, we're not going to take a plane to where this next person is. We're going to go on a bus instead to Hillsboro, Texas, right there, where I have not heard this person before, but I am looking forward to whatever Ricky Paul has in mind. It's the soulful country gospel music. So first up, I want to say, Ricky, welcome to the El Paso Barbed Wire Open Mic Series. And how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, and thank you for having me. It is
Anytime.
a pleasure. My wife was looking online and she saw this today. She said, "Whoa!" She said, "They have open mic tonight." You know, she said, "Do you want to do it?" I said, "Of course." I said, I love fellowshipping, so I'm a ham. I'm gonna have to tell you. I love singing. I love writing music. I became an author in 2020, and I've been a pastor for 20 years. I just love I'm a veteran. Hey, to all you veterans out there. Hey, just want to send a shout out to all my fellow veterans. I'm a liver transplant survivor and a cancer survivor of 10 years. So, I thank God for everything that he has done for me. And tonight I want to dedicate a song to all the mothers. I wrote this song called Mama Knew How to Pray. And I would just like to share it with you tonight. Is that okay? Come on, snap your fingers.
Absolutely. I am looking forward to hearing what you have to say, Ricky Paul. And I also want to say I love that background that you got going on right there. I love it how it has your name right there and also the side too as well. I love all that that's going on over there. I am stoked for this. I am ready.
Thank you. So Mama knew how to pray. Mama knew just how to pray when she was thinking about the children. She would walk through the house and say, "Lord, help them be. Lord, I know you're able. You put food on my table. Thank you, Lord, for grace and mercy. Pray on, dear mama, the Lord hears your prayer. Don't you ever give up. You know that he cares. Pray on, dear mama, his blessings are for sure. He really loves you. And don't forget to pray. In church on Sunday morning, we sat in Sunday school. She would take the time and tell us about the golden rule. Then she'd ask us all to tell her what we learned that day. And then she teach us how to pray. Pray on, dear mama, the Lord hears your prayers. And don't you ever give up, you know that he cares. Pray on, dear mama, his blessings are for sure. He really loves you. And don't forget to pray. Mama knew just how to pray when she was thinking about the children. She would walk through the house and say, Lord, help them please. Lord, I know you're able. You put food on my table. Thank you, Lord, for grace and mercy. Pray on, dear mama, the Lord hears your prayers. And don't you ever give up, you know that he cares. Pray on, dear mama, his blessings are for sure. He really loves you. And don't forget to pray. Oh, mama, we need your prayers, dear mom. We love to hear you pray, mom. Teach your babies to pray, mama. God really loves you. Pray, pray, mama. Ask the Lord to save your babies. Oh, mama. We need your prayers, dear mom. We love to hear you pray, mom. Oh, mama. This is for my mother and all the mothers of the world. Thank you for your prayers. Thank you for your prayers. Mama. Thank you all for listening.
Everyone.
It's good to have you here, man.
Thank you for sharing your space with me.
Amazing,
Yeah.
amazing. Wow.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you, Ricky. That was great, man.
Thank you.
I
Thank you.
loved it. And I gotta say something, Ricky. I gotta say something now. Y'all do it with me now. One of us. One of us. One of us.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Do you know what that means? Do you know what that means,
What?
Ricky? That
What?
means you goofed. That means you gotta come back here on Monday nights, and we want to hear more of what you got because we loved you. We loved you so much, Ricky, and I enjoyed that very much. That was great. I was like, man, that was really good. Like I'm trying to think of like what I was thinking. Don't forget to pray. I wanted to hop on in and start singing, but I'm like, let me not do that because I don't know if Root Canal will let me. But you know what? I loved it so much, Ricky. Ricky, I think you made some new fans tonight. Where can the people find either your music online or yourself online? People, if you have social media or a website or anything like that, I believe you have a website.
If you go to my website, rickypaulpuckett.com, you can also go to all of my social media sites from my website. You know, but you can see everything. You can hear my music. You can watch my videos. You know, my book. My I got to share this with you. This is my new calendar for 2022. It is an indie artist gospel calendar. and it has different artists, representing the months. And we do this to help, the indie artists keep their music alive and keep it before people, So that was something that God had gave me to do last year. We did it last year. It was really nice. So we did it again. And I'm also introducing a new genre of gospel music. It is called soulful country gospel music. Amen. Because my music is different, and so a lot of radio stations wouldn't play it because they didn't have a place for it. And it's simply because it don't have a name. But once you give something a name, then people make a place for it. So that's what we're doing to help other artists like myself that sings country gospel music, and if you guys go to my website, rickypaulpuckett.com, and you, like I said, you can go to all of the major platforms I'm on there, and would love to just say thank you again. Thank you for having me. Thank you for allowing, us to be a part of this, because it really means a lot to independent artists to have a platform, so thank you. Now let me clap for you guys. Thank you. Thank you for sharing your platform with us tonight,
Thank you again, Ricky. And yes, thank Richie for opening up this platform for all the artists to come through and to speak their pieces and everything, and for allowing me to host and everything. Because this has been an awesome night so far, and you've added to it, Ricky. Definitely drop your info into the chat. Oh, it already has been rickypaulpuckett.com with 2 T's at the end right there. Sorry, everyone, right there for you, right there. Again, thank you so much for coming through, Ricky. I hope to see more of you over here at the Barbed Wire Open Mic Series, because that was incredible.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And for all you country boys out there, there's a song on my album, Country Boy, just for you.
Hey, I see you there. Hey, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. All the country boys out there. There you go, right there.
Yes. Thank you all so much. And I enjoyed all the poetry that I heard tonight. And some of it I never heard before. So, the worm story, I never heard that before. That's going to make me see worms in a different light.
Same. I'm also in the same boat. I've never heard that one before too, as well. So I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing.
Anytime, Ricky. It's great to see. It's great to meet you. All right. So let's get to the Bronx. And we're hopping on that plane again, y'all. We're going to the Bronx. Boogie down, represent right there. La Tormenta. Great to see you again. It's been a long, long time. I hope you're doing well, La Tormenta. How is everything?
Everything is fantastic. Honored to be here with all of you. I'll get straight to my piece. It's a shorty. Dear spicy-lipped brown girl, after Noelia Serna. You, mouth made of sriracha and agave, you, teeth begging for a face to replace you, finding your fist in another woman's poem, in another woman's husband, you, nose hiding under recycled nudes, you, hips dancing in denial under full moon, you, ritual of witch with an expired license, you, dry, desperate, demented curls, lost in song of your oppressor's twirl, you, showering in imposter syndrome shampoo, you, still obsessed with timeless taboo, you, still tasting your ex undress near your cover-up tattoo, spicy-lipped brown girl. More white than black, more gray than brown. What happens when you run out of bad habits? What drives you headfirst into an outburst of self-awareness? Is this the loud laugh of liberation? Is this the the rotten smell of repentance? What of the nights when you can't finish your sentence? What of the mouth open only after the door is slammed shut? What of the voices still calling you a slut, disguised as a father's love? What of the fact that he actually wanted a son? What of the many years you slept next to a gun, spicy-lipped brown girl? You are a worthy thing, despite all this. In fact, because of it, this poem, anything but an ode, will show the day's anger has made its way up to your ears. Look fear dead in her eye. Watch her element of surprise shrink in size. Watch her pack her shit without saying goodbye. Watch her walk away only to miss your spicy lips laced in agave. Thank you.
Whoa. Everyone, unmute yourselves and give it up for La Tormenta, everyone. Oh,
Yes. Awesome. Yes.
oh my goodness.
Spicy lip brown girl.
Yes.
I love it. I love it.
It was enchanting.
Yes, that's the word, enchanting. La Tormenta put a spell on all of us, and probably the people on the live feed too. Yeah, definitely on the live feed. Yep, I'm getting confirmation on that one. Yep. That happened. La Tormenta, is great to see you again. It's been a while. Where can the people find you online and all the cool things you got going on? Because I believe you had a workshop, or you have a workshop coming up, I believe.
Yes. So my Instagram is in my Zoom name. You can find me on Facebook as well, Amanda Ashley Villanueva. I teach a monthly poetry workshop on the first of every month. We meditate, we write poetry, we read poetry. It's a vibe. So I'll put that all in the chat. Come through, hang out with me, have a good time with me. Thank you for having me.
Of course, it's always great to see you again, La Tormenta. And yes, drop that info right into the chat. It is great to see you again. Oh, man. I need a moment to let that sit for a second, right? Unfortunately, no, that's not going to happen. We're not going to let that sit. We're going to go right to the next person right there, which is someone who I also have not seen in a while. Part of the Jersey Trinity right there. My man, my brother right over there, Paul Con Queso. Vivacious Church in the house. What is up, my friend?
VC, step back, hit the three. Yeah.
Hey, the VC reference. The VC reference. I love it.
Vince Carter.
Yes,
Sorry.
I know.
I'm a fan of the elbow in the rim. I'm a 90s kid. Yeah.
Same. It's almost like we grew up in the same generation. Yeah. Whenever you're ready to get going, Paul, the mic is yours.
Yeah, brother. Happy to see you doing your motherfucking thing. Always happy to see you taking on more and more. Like always taking on more. Proud of you, man. Thank you for this space. Thank you, Richie. Thank you, BWOMS. Thank you, everybody who makes this space what it is. I haven't rocked here or anywhere in a hot minute. But I gotta prep because I got shit to do. This coming weekend, I'm gonna be at the New Yo performing at 2-1 in person. They're gonna be doing that at 2 p.m., 2 to 4. With Moetry in the UK, so it's gonna be dope. Yeah, Maddie's my roommate now, y'all. Just by the way, also he lives here in Jersey, so y'all gotta get up with Maddie if you're in the tri-state. All right, so I got a shorty, a real shorty, and a medium. I caught the Rona at the beginning of this year, and it really fucked with me, like mentally as well as physically. So this is a piece trying to encapsulate that, and it's short, and I don't usually write short shit. It's called Lungs. These pink ventricular wings like hot air balloon dirigibles, breath control. See, it was a clot which slipped into the lungs, which shook my mother quietly in the night, and pneumonia was the culprit, thieving my grandmother's life as I watched her lashes go from full flutter to permanent shudders, a fight between the moth and the light always wins. See, it was no surprise when I learned I was positive for this variant of infection affecting upper respiratory, and my recovery became of concern to me, absurdly worrying if it was my time to cease with nighttime heaves of chest bereaving breath. I coughed, I struggle to fight congestion of black mold and asbestos in back neck. Didn't want fluid pooling in supine chest, dragging me under earth like Led Zeppelin, but I let it because I was told by Omarion himself that that's how it's supposed to be. All right. Just a little attempt at humor. The second piece is a medium-sized piece, as Nick might call it, a Paul con Queso mini power ballad. It's called PBS Specials. When I'm feeling manic, I often cut, but not wrists or flesh. I trim my hair. There's something there that makes me feel whole and in control. For even just those fleeting minutes, I can make myself lesser, make lack where there once was abundance, because I don't have the cojones to end it all. See, I was never the type to inflict pain upon self beyond the long con of bulimia, slow burn seppuku. For me, suicide is the girl next door, and ideation, the salt and pepper haired friendly neighbor waving in perfect sweater weather cardigan. It's a beautiful day for self-sabotage, a beautiful day for self-hatred. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my downfall? I keep taking on more struggles, another job to juggle, opportunities to fumble, spotlight to run from, feeling type druggy in search of overdose. Jared Leto in Requiem won't be happy till the candy strips me limb from limb. Like a diabetic, no shock here, just to fuck up, likes to get fucked up, numb as a dump truck full of Demerol. Shit, I might just be Rue in Euphoria, shaking down Fez for a hit, or Jesse Pinkman chasing the past in every gram, seeking a father figure I never lost because I never had, always high as hopes the day I taught myself to shade. So on days I'm feeling more Edward Scissorhands than in command, I reprimand my inner child. Can't make my amends until fentanyl packs Noah flood senses. Where is Moses when you need him to part your Red Sea? Still, these overfilled stanzas feel overkill, synapses overspill, hypoxia as the chemical that fills brain when you die releases in it, and dimethyltryptamine tripping on clumsy feet. I put my hand on the stove to see if I still bleed, and nothing hurts anymore. I feel kind of free. I grew up inhaling poverty, piss poor and thrifts to be these youths in streets today, dole out oxys and toss blue steel quick as Zoolander. But I was still Hansel and Gretel in Blackwoods throwing breadcrumbs, desperate to be found, to be recognized by someone who would love me for me. Yet all my glances and advances when I noticed became more cave wall portrait of Dorian Gray, drained soul and painting of a ghost town I was once proud to call stopgap. Always got teased there for my stature. And the fact I chose to hold onto V-card till I was 17, unrelenting taunting, but they never knew that the girl I'd choose to lose it to chose me to sexually abuse each night after I'd walk home, as she stalked me with Stockholm thoughts that I needed her to validate. And as a survivor, you learn victim's a terrible word, even if it's accurate. I spent the next 10 years trying not to play that role, never confessed in any real sense. I was raped till 30 came and went, and I came and went, and countless women who never cared or just didn't get my boundaries around consent. And some days I just want to tell everyone this matters just as much for men. And when we say no, it's not some power play, wasting breath on demons who called themselves goddesses, turned lace tongue of blade upon myself, trying to fix shortcomings, but I just came up short because I've been trying to make you love me, but everything I try takes you further from me. Once again, I'm a preteen. All love is unrequited. No surprise, I peer down at overlapping thighs and pigeon toes and shower, devour these thoughts that I am both not enough and far too much for anyone to ever love. Hearts and ever ready battery on dead. I can never jump. Cables plugged to wrong charge. Plus on minus, minus plus. Mas y menos. Always more. Eeyore in 100 Acre Wood with would anyone really miss me thoughts. Dark cloud overhead. Charlie Brown character kicking around dirt particles everywhere he goes. Pigpen of a human mess. Did you know dust bunnies are just our sentient ghosts? Skin and shit. It inspires me to learn even dead dermis can have an afterlife. Seasonal affective disorder got me feeling like I have half of a half-life left, quarter life crises, and no one's abandonment threats even affect me anymore when I spent the entirety of my 20s in self-imposed quarantine. And this voluntary solitary confinement went exactly as I expected to. When the sky renewed and clouds parted, welcoming sunny days, chasing clouds away, but I never knew how to get to open sesame, keywords to unblock tombs swallowing me, in sarcophagi grief. isolation by design. When my mother died, eyes bone dry, and I became one hell of a shell of a skeleton who couldn't make it out of Hades Town, even if I wanted to, which, let's be clear, I never wanted to. So I just do what I do best, write about sad ass shit and metaphorically slash at wrist just to resist temptation to work up the nerve to do something brave just once. This husk of a husky kid caught between wasted space and time, weighing why he should continue to fight this futile war with the girl next door. One day, I just wish to place down this starry crown of thorns. And I just want to rest my head like God on the seventh day. And I know someday my Sunday will come, but it's not today, nor anytime soon. Thank you for the space.
Okay, everyone, go ahead and unmute yourselves and give it up for Paul Queso, everyone!
Porco queso.
All right, thank you. Good job. Good job. Yeah.
Welcome back. Finally.
Oh, finally! Now I fixed it.
Yes, sir. Welcome back, man. That was killer.
Welcome back.
Oh yeah.
Good to meet you, Porco Queso. Hey,
Yeah.
where's Mountain Queen?
Yeah, it's Paul Queso and Matthew Marroquin, who you're going to be hearing from very soon. But right now, let's get Paul Queso to say where the people can find Paul Queso and also the cool things that we got coming up, like, you know, that thing called the Vivacious Church.
At Paul Queso on IG and Linktree. Vivacious Church this Sunday, the last Sunday of every month on Zoom with Nick P, the host. I'm just co-hosting. I'm just jumping on this cultish train. Yeah, and that's about it. Y'all can see me doing a bunch of shit in February, Beatniks, 2-1, other things. But yeah, this man, follow this man.
Indeed, and now we got
Matty.
Matthew Marroquin right there, who is in Jersey. You're home! You're home, Matthew! Ah!
Yeah, I'm out here.
It's good to see you again. I just gotta say that before we begin. It's great to see you again. It's been a while, and I'm glad to see you're out here doing your thing, man. Welcome back.
Trying. Honestly didn't have anything, so I think I'm gonna spit two. Paul had my book out here, so I'm gonna do one from there. Yes, sir. But I'm gonna do that one. I'm gonna do a new one first. I was looking at my notes app, and sometimes I turn on the microphone while I'm driving and do the text to speech and just see if it records, and so half the words are not right at all, and I try to decipher it, and it's like a puzzle. So I deciphered one right before this, and so we're just gonna read it. I'm not sure if it makes sense, but we're just gonna go for it. There's a place called unknown that rests in between my ribs and my gut. You see, your ribs will go all the way around you if the fear and anxiety and the unknown didn't separate it right in the middle, because it goes almost all the way to your heart, because that's where it affects you. You know that why the reason you get the ball in your stomach, it's because right there in your gut it builds. Because that's where the fear is stored away like skeletons on hangers you put into your closet. That is the closet where I go and hide when I'm scared. But my brain follows, and it sucks because, I love to run, but mine is both sprinter and marathon runner. And why does my brain treat me so unkind when all that I did is live together with it? Am I that hard to live with? And why is it so hard to be perfect? And why is there so many whys? I'm scattered. I'm going to mess up. I'm scared that I'll mess up again. I fear that there is no fixing it, and it's gonna ruin my entire life. Lead is too light of an object to describe this marble-colored object that rests in between my ribs and goes up to my heart and to the brain, where it poisons me faster than Mercury or Hermes or whatever you want to call him. But panic attack demons have infected me to a point that love itself can't even touch the fear. Michael D'Angelo said that he saw the art within the marble block and he broke it free, but I'm no D'Angelo and I ain't no artist, and the thing that's within the marble block is something I don't want to set free. Okay, so that's the first one. I don't got a name for it. Again, I that together right now. Puzzle pieced it. Okay, Monaco binge. I'll put the links in the chat after. This one's called "Watch Out for Potholes." I haven't read it in a while, so I'm just gonna read it because, like, no. I want to. Watch out for potholes. When was the first time you felt like your heart gained mileage in a car? Have you had a moment where you knew death was only one wrong turn away? Was it when your friend was driving like the flash down the interstate, or when black eyes hugged the road 5 minutes before the school bell rang? When no signal was given and the right turn from the left lane almost clipped you, or a few seconds before a car just about full on hit you? Was it when you were a new cell in the bloodline of highways and drove next to a white semi, or when your beater finally smoked its last blunts? How old were you when your check engine light came on for the first time? Were you 16 with no proof of license or registration? Were you staring straight ahead, heart going so fast it made hummingbirds cry? Was a man and pregnant woman you did not know at the wheel? Were you paying them to take you to California and hope they wouldn't leave you to die? Did you freeze every time you heard sirens? Were you in a land that your wheels did not recognize? Did you have no dead trees spat on with ink to prove that you belong? Did you make it? That's a cool story because it's about how my dad, like, after he crossed the border, how he made it to California. That whole intense few hours. But yeah, what do I do? I do things. Follow me. I'll put the links in the chat. Instagram, vida_Marroquin.
He's stage directing La Bruja's one-woman show
I
on
am
Friday night.
doing that on Friday.
Yeah.
It is sold out though, so like you can't like see it. But yeah, that's a cool thing that's happening. Yeah, we'll leave it there.
By Guanaco Binge.
By Guanaco Binge, yes. Help me out. Help this poor boy out. I'm still trying to figure out my life out here in Jersey, so
Well, we got you over here, Maddie. Unmute yourselves and give it up for Matthew Marroquin, everyone. Woo! He's in Jersey!
Ooh,
Hey.
Jersey.
Jersey.
I think we gotta make the Trinity a little bit bigger now, Paul and Terry. I'm just saying. Now Maddie's in Jersey, so I mean that's now becoming square. I love it. I love it. Matthew, it is great to see you again. Congratulations on the move. Congratulations on all the things that you're doing right there. We all doing big things out here. I love it. I love every minute of it. The parallelogram. Yes. Yes. That's what it's going to be called now. The parallelogram. Yes. All right. So, coming up next is someone who I also have met in person, and I've also had Generalissimo's cooking. I've also have rocked with him on a mic too as well, and one of the most awesome people ever in the world. But wait, is Generalissimo? Yes, Generalissimo is here.
I'm here, but my camera is disabled. I'm having computer problems with my camera lately, so yeah. So you're just gonna have to look at my book cover. Speaking of which, I have a book out, Nick has a book out, and I think on Wednesday night, Nick and I have a feature. I'm going to put a whole bunch of stuff in the chat right now about how you can buy my book and a few other features of mine, and I'll just go ahead and read some poetry, and then I'll put some more stuff in the chat because I've got a lot of shit coming up. Okay. So... the first poem is called Why Despite People Are Generally Roller Coaster Phobic, They Still Wait in Long Lines to Ride. Sometimes life be a roller coaster no matter how stagnant or unamusing it feels. Sometimes life be a tsunami, though oceans have run dry and the world exists in perpetual drought. Sometimes life be a pool of quicksand, even though everything is made of concrete. Sometimes life smells like a pile of shite, despite that there are roses everywhere. Sometimes life be exactly what it be, but it is seen through rose-colored glasses or with blinders on, whatever a blinder is, or blindfolded or blindly, like trying out a restaurant no one you know has been to or is yet to be reviewed. Life be like an all-you-can-eat restaurant in which you choose how much you wish to eat. Poem number 2. Oh, yes, and this came from Miss Terry Rose Jerkson's little Tumble Words workshop, which was unbelievable on Saturday. She read some Pablo Neruda poetry, and this is what came out of that. Upon arbitrarily running into an ex at Trader Joe's, one day, while squeezing persimmons at Trader Joe's, I espied a former lover, of whom I hadn't seen in decades, of whom hadn't invaded my thoughts in decades, of whom had escaped my sleeping dreams over a decade ago, of whom broke my heart by surgically removing it with words that served as scalpel. This former lover walked over to me decades after the non-consensual surgery and touched my shoulder lightly. This former lover dared look me in the eyes and said, "Hello, long time no see." This former lover said, "Should we grab a hot cup of Lapsang Souchong and catch up?" As if invoking my tea of choice from the past would not raise long dormant emotional keloids in my memory, I said, "Why not?" And this is sort of what happened later. Me and Mr. Neruda. I was almost 6 months shy of 56 when I read my first Pablo Neruda poem. That afternoon, a poetry workshop facilitator read 2 of his poems. His words lingered in my psyche like the ghost of a past lover, lightly caressing my cheek with his fingertip to wake me the morning after we fell asleep all a tangle. The book I bought was a bare bones collection with no fancy cover art or illustrations, but the words inside transported me to a narrow cobblestone street in Santiago, with row houses painted arbitrary bright colors like a box of chiclets, as if they were dance hall patrons lined up in their sexy outfits waiting to prove their prowess on the dance floor. Thank you.
Everyone, unmute yourselves and give it up for Generalissimo Brian Franco, everyone.
Yeah, no Pablo Neruda.
One of us. One of us.
Wonderful, man. Always so great. Appreciate you, man.
Oh, gracias, Ricardo.
Gracias, Generalissimo. I'm working on my Spanish. I'm working on that. Don't mind me. I'm still working on it. Eventually, I'll get to be as good as some of the people that speak Spanish and everything. But I'm working on it, and it's great to see you again, Generalissimo. I hope that your camera gets fixed very soon and everything, because we got a feature coming up in 2 days. That's right. We put it in the chat. Shout outs to Midnight right there, who runs that mic along with Chance right there. You got to give them shout outs right there. All right. Now, I said I mentioned a surprise at the beginning if you all were here. So, what I've been doing at my mics at The Word is Right, shout outs to The Word is Right over there, Marissa Prado over there. I've been giving out 5 prompts at the end of the night. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to give out 5 prompts, and this is the first time I'm doing this on a different mic than my own platform. I'm going to give out 5 prompts at the end of the night and everything too as well. You can watch in the live stream. I'll also drop that in the chat too as well, so in case anyone missed them, so you can go ahead and go there. Yeah, we got to have 5. I like that number. I like having 5 prompts, multiple prompts. You could, yeah, exactly, Kit. 5 prompts. So, yes. So that way you can go ahead and go use them however you want. You want to mash them together and go ahead and make a poem out of that. You want to couple and use them and save the others for later. Go for it. Absolutely. But next week I'll give you. No, I'm not going to give you 7. No, that's too much. That's too much. Too much, Ron. It's too much. 7 is too much. But I'll tell you what isn't too much is hearing from Terry Rose Jertson, who had a great workshop that we heard from Generalissimo earlier, and will be featured with an ekphrastic poetry workshop with Ron Mark Thompson too as well, with The Word is Right there. Terry Rose Jurtson, part of the Jersey Parallelogram now. What is going on?
That is what's going on, what you just said. What you said.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to, I'll put that in the chat. Actually, I should just hold on one second. Oh my gosh. I should get into this little thing here that I have to promote. Hold on one second. I'll feature as the artist on The Word is Right Wednesday. Art and Writes with Ron Mark Thompson. Let's Write Ekphrastic Poetry and Prose. And it's at 8:30 Eastern Standard. And I'll put the Zoom info in the chat, but it's also going to be on the flyer, which I've been periodically posting up on my stories. I have some real like 2-sentence poems, so I'll just go through like a few of them. Aching in my heart and body, is this what it feels like to get on with my life? Debilitating pain of regret strangles me as my life is slipping away. It was my birthday recently, so this is where I go when it's my birthday. Chokehold, restless hands imprison me, unable to break free from this suffocation, mistaken for love. You misplaced emotions rain down like a demonic thunderstorm, drowning my loving thoughts. Verbal abuse, forceful gales, lightning bolts, nails in my heart. No resuscitation against your earth-shattering darts. Daggers threatening to pierce the frozen landscape. Pass at your own risk. Shriveled fingertips reaching from tree to steel soul, pray for protection. And then I have this other short one. This is about my best friend. Statuesque, curvy, full-figured, azure, Irish-eyed descent, boys tongue-tied as I stood by. Lanky, Italian, broken, not yet, heaven sent. Parochial school, polarities, collaterally damaged. Our song, best friend, paid homage. And then I have one more shorty. She's both heaven and hell is the title. Eyes gazing upward, praying to the heavenlies, begging for mercy. She is both heaven and hell. Angel of desire, into the sun she fell burning, fire purchase on scorched feathers. That's it.
And that was everything. Everyone unmute yourselves and give it up for Terry Rose Jurtson, part of the Jersey Parallelogram.
All right.
Yes, Terry.
Terry. I'm chanting for you, Terry. That was awesome right there, Terry. Now, Terry, besides what you got going on and everything, I believe you also have a feature coming up with the Warders right down the road. And also, where can the people find you online and everything, want to get in contact with you about that amazing book in the background right there?
Yes, this is for sale. If you are interested in this, you can instant message me, call me on the phone, flag me down, hold the sign up. I want the book, however you want to let me know. I've recently did something that I don't know if anyone else thought to do, but I traded another artist for their book. And, then I got their book and they got my book. Because there's a lot of these books, because there's 30 of us. And, if you know all of us, which you probably do, there's a good chance you may have already gotten the book from someone else. But if you recently wrote a book and you don't already have this book, I would be willing to do a trade. So I did that with Brian. So if anybody else is interested in doing that, let me know. And iFunnies Mom on Instagram. It's IFUNNIEZ Mom on Instagram, or my name, Teresa Rose Jurtson on Facebook. And you can get a hold of me through either of those ways.
There it is right there, everyone. Thank you so much, Terry Rose Jurtson, part of the Jersey Parallelogram right there. I love it. I loved all of that. And you had a great workshop, by the way, with Tumblewords. Shout outs to Tumblewords right there.
Thank
What's
you.
going on over there? Yeah, it's awesome. I'll be hosting a workshop there somewhere down the road. Just like how this next person is going to be coming up there, whom I have their book right here. It's awesome. I've read part of it so far. You know, it's I like it. I like it a lot. And do you hear that? Does anyone else hear this? What I'm hearing? It's the chants. MV Lee, MV Lee, MV Lee. And also I got to give a special shout out to you, Lee, because you helped me with one of my poems and helped me complete it. So I appreciate that very much. So thank you. And whenever you're ready to get started, Lee, the floor is yours.
Thank you. I only have 2 things for today, one old, one new. So I'll start with the old one. And first in English, then in Spanish. This is called Tangle. We take the shape of the other, temporarily fusing mind and soul to feel what you feel and allow myself to feel lips like honey guide me towards our center, dripping love in the dry crevices of a body turned to ashes, then void. Teach me how to be soft around the edges and rough on just the right places. To touch without the unquiet afterthought, feel the flame shyly awakened by the casual tracing of fingers, tangle of limbs, the infinite gaze upon another down to the other. Ay, cuando sueño contigo, se dibuja el sereno por todo mi camino. And the evening dew wanders down the petals of this perennial flower, reflecting the glimmer of the stars caught in your eyes and the moonlight in your smile. Twin stars gaze down to the void, coaxing light out of its dark matter, and in turn, you ignite me across synapses, fusing our neural pathway, dendrites like tangled limbs and tangled hips and tangled lips and tangled us for just a fraction, just because I want to feel what you feel, what I feel, what we feel when we unravel before the other. Tomamos la forma del otro, temporalmente fusionando mente y alma para sentir lo que sientes y permitirme sentir labios de miel guiándome a nuestro centro, goteando amor en las grietas secas de un cuerpo convertido en cenizas, luego abismo. Enséñame cómo ser suave en mis bordes y áspero en los lugares correctos. Cómo tocar sin la inquietante tardía duda, sentir la llama tímidamente despertada por el casual trazo de tus dedos. Maraña de nuestras extremidades, la mirada infinita sobre uno al otro. Ay, cuando sueño contigo, se dibuja el sereno por todo mi camino. Y recorre el sereno de la noche los pétalos de esta flor perpetua, reflejando el brillo de las estrellas en tus ojos y la luz de luna atrapada en tu sonrisa. Las estrellas gemelas miran al vacío, sacando luz de su materia oscura, y a la vez me enciendes a través de sinapsis, fusionando nuestras vías neuronales, dendritas como enmarañadas extremidades, caderas enredadas, labios inextricables y nuestro ser difuso por solo una fracción, simplemente porque quiero sentir lo que sientes, lo que siento, lo que sentimos cuando nos desenredamos ante el otro. That's one. And then the other one, it's an old one. Sorry, it's a new one. This is from Terry's Tumbleworks workshop. One of the prompts she provided was for the word peace. So this is what came out of it. I'm on the edge of another fight with myself. The quiet voice pleading for calm, quiet, introspection, healing, growth is overtaken by the sounds of anger, rage, the dwelling ghost inside this head and their demands for cosmic justice, the proverbial you get what you give to befall unto the ones who wronged an old body, a body no longer here, so changed and transformed, it no longer recognizes the skin it shed as its own. no longer remembers the callous fingers that tried to choke out our light or sharpen words uttered by inconsequential tongues. Have I sacrificed my own serenity in exchange for this infinite anger, swelling my chest, tightening my throat, shaping the forms of my metamorphosis, the shape of this corpus callosum, no longer allowing for the two sides of me to find balance, quiet, silence, peace? At what point did my path of healing, mending of old wounds, turn to the road of reprisal and wrath? And that's it.
And that was everything.
Everything.
What Richie said, everyone give it up for Lee Martina Soto, everyone. Snap it up, cheer. Yes! I see you, Maddie. I got mine too. Yes! Oh.
Oh no.
This so I drove here to Jersey with my mother. I only brought like 2 books with me, and this was one of them. So if that explains anything, y'all should get it.
Thank you so much, Matthew. You can follow me. Wait 1 second. Here we go. Woo. There we go. You can follow me on Instagram. It's at cadáveres_literarios. Or Facebook is easier, is Lee Martinez Soto. I'll post my links on the chat. As you have seen, I do have a book out. I greatly appreciate that, like the support and everything. That one was from 2020. It's called Para los Locos. It's bilingual, English and Spanish, since I write in both languages.
And it is amazing, that book. I love the cover. I love the poetry I've read so far. I can't wait to finish it. It looks amazing. Shout out to you, Lee. Thank you so much. Drop your info in the chat, and it's great to see you again. I see you, Maddie's. Don't slam the book like that. That's not what you're supposed to be doing. I know. I'll tell you what I should be doing. I should be calling the next person up, right, Nick? Yes. We're going to call up Nico Diaz right there. From the Boogie Down Bronx right there. Nico Diaz, NYC on IG. You changed your name on IG. Oh, my goodness. What is up?
I just realized, I was like, iconic is not that intuitive. Yeah, what's goody, everybody? My namesake, Nick. How are you?
I'm chilling besides my root canal and everything that I had, but I'm doing well though. I'm glad I'm here. I get to be around the amazing company of each and every one of you. Definitely. So yeah, so I'm always happy. That makes me happy and numbs the pain a little bit. And yes, I also want that shirt too.
Yes, the shirt. You can have what's under the shirt, Amanda, for you for free. What's goody, everybody? It's Nico Diaz. Excited to perform some shit today. I gotta be honest, I'm in my bag. Been going through a lot lately, just with fuck niggas and bullshit, and men suck. As a man, it's the biggest pain I feel is like I am a man and I hate men, so all of it is very toxic. But I would like to talk a little bit about, I think a prompt, I forgot where I performed, or like, this was like at a workshop a few weeks ago, around like, the title was like To Be an Alchemist. And that spurred some work in me. So I'm gonna read some new shit, literally finished it like moments ago. And we'll have, just to see what you guys think. And then I have something more fun that I performed earlier at New Yo. So without further ado, To Be an Alchemist. To be an alchemist is to be a poet. Acutely, I feel it all. Love, joy, pain, sadness, anger, lust, disgust, anguish, the rush, crushed by the weight of the cross I bear it all to the world. Driven to wear this bleeding heart on my sleeve when my greatest fear is being seen. But hiding, but denying the will of God that bids me sing is too much. Adorn my head with this crown of thorns. Embrace my passion despite the pain in my hands. So from this doldrum, this shit, I hope to spin straw into gold. Submit myself to the alchemy of my pen. An orator speaking truth to power, transfiguring the sweet from the sour, compressing infinity into an hour, telekinetically prying doors open, breathing life back into corpses gone cold. I am a wizard of words, only when I believe it. To be a poet is to be an alchemist. Now, universe, let's conspire in my favor. It's my first piece, to be an alchemist. And then this next one is what I read at New Yo. Bye, guys. It's one of my more fun pieces, I think. Bye, guys. Though Spanish feels foreign on my tongue, in my mouth, I make up for my failure as a body by filling it with men who are bilingual. Speaking in two tongues, so every time we kiss, it's like I'm having a threesome. A man of two minds, what will he say next? I like being kept on my toes, that toxic shit. So fucking men who speak English and Spanish is like fucking Jekyll and Hyde, a Gemini. Bruce Banner turning into the Incredible Hulk, smash my ass, hurt my heart. Give me theater as sock and buskin, laugh, cry at my love life. Give me that double talk so I won't know whether reality is what's in front of me or what you tell me. Give me love in both languages. Teach me to moan with the passion of Puerto Rico, the directness of the London Bridge. Teach me the lingo to legitimize my Latinidad. Teach me to never trust again. Make me bilingual. Alrighty, thank you guys. What was I gonna say? Oh, gonna be for Saturday performing at two venues, one mic. Looking forward to dealing with some London blokes. So I'll be there. Hope to see a lot of y'all in person. And then, as I mentioned in one of the other open mics, I'll be leading a book club monthly with Barrio BX, a restaurant in the Bronx, a Puerto Rican restaurant. And yeah, it's focused on Puerto Rican literature. Our first book that we're going to be focused on is a poetry book, because I'm leading design. So it's Notes on the Return to the Island by Bonafide Rojas. And yeah, pull up. It'll be a really good opportunity to just have some good company, eat some good food, read, like dig into some texts. And then from there, it'll be a little turn up because there's going to be a DJ, some great vibes. If you've never been to Barrio, it's going to be good. So yeah, pull up. That's on February 16th. All of that is in my link tree, which I'll share here. But yeah, thank you guys for this time. I really appreciate your attention.
And I appreciate yourself as well, Nico. Thank you for coming through. Give it up for Nico Diaz, everyone. Woo!
That'll be 3 languages on Saturday. British English too.
Facts. 3 languages right there. I love it. I love it. I love it. Nico, I love the nails. I love what you're doing. You're looking awesome, and we all living out here. We all living out here. Yes, let's go. This is awesome right here. I love this night so far. Thank you, Nico, for making this night more awesome and everything. All right. So, I haven't mentioned where we've been going. Well, we're in the Bronx. We're sticking around the Bronx. We're just going to take a bus over to Ron Mark Thompson or the subway. I think we're taking a bus. Yeah, we're taking a bus. Yeah, we're taking a bus to Ron Mark Thompson to see what Ron's got. What's up, Ron? How are you?
Actually, it turns out that Nico and I don't even live that far apart, so we can walk to each other, you know.
Wow.
And Nico, I just want to say, so I heard your bilingual poem at the New Rican Poets Cafe earlier. I am bilingual as well, German and English. So just saying, you know, okay, let me stop being creepy, you know, but just in case. Nick P, how are you? Welcome, you know, thank you so much. Nick, Nick P. See, I have to make sure, not Nick D, Nick P. Nick P, yesterday you almost would have hosted another event, but I know you had toothache, you couldn't do. You would have almost broken your rule that you taught at the amazing workshop last week, right?
Yeah, I would have broken my rule right there, but I didn't break my rule and everything, you know, so... I mean, it happens, you know, the toothaches, you know, root canals suck. What can I say? They're not fun. They're not fun. I think I'd rather go to a mic than go. Yeah, I'd definitely rather go to a mic than have a root canal. That's facts. I'm ready whenever you are, Ron. The mic is yours.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Well, Nick, you may regret being the guest host today because you're gonna like, what the frick is Ron doing? I'm being silly. That's just me. I'm gonna be short today because I know last week I went a little overtime. I'm gonna have my ukulele here, which I bought at the 99 cent store, but believe it or not, it cost $1.99, so it's not even, what they said it would be. And Ricky, I loved your music earlier. What you're gonna hear is nothing like you. I'm not making fun. I am just fucking envious at all the musicians singing and playing instruments. I wish I could sing. Yep, I see Maddie. I remember Maddie, you have a ukulele as well, right? I hope you brought it with you, to pause. I wish I could sing like you guys. I wish I could play. I'm gonna go to karaoke tomorrow. I saw Paul that he's gonna be there tomorrow, if not hosting. So I'm gonna try my best. You all know the song "Don't Worry, Be Happy" from Bobby McFerrin. All I'm gonna use is his title, "Don't Worry, Be Happy," and I made up my own lyrics. So here we go. Don't worry about life's sad episodes and tragedies. Be happy that you survived them. Go ahead, eat some cranberries. Don't worry if you cannot play a small guitar, or as it's called in the industry, a ukulele. So what if people look at you and not know if you're serious or just happy and crazy? If you woke up late, have no energy, and then you spill your milk, as they say, stop crying, don't be mad. Your tears are definitely not worth the cliche. If you miss the bus or train and on the platform you need to wait and stay, don't worry, be happy that another train will come and will not be far away. And even if the next train or ferry will not arrive for another 2 or 3 hours, no worries, be happy. You can read a book, drink some coffee, and think about your powers. If you signed up for an open mic and forgot to pull out an old poem or have no fancy lines to present, be happy that you came up with something to read or sing. It was all so well meant. Don't worry if your memory is not anymore as it used to be when you were young and pretty. Be happy that you have become wiser, less caring what others think. You don't need any pity. If you laugh that I made up some rhymes and whatever this is, with words and lines that are not meant to be together, congratulations, I just accomplished to make you smile and hopefully a lot happier. And of course, I cannot forget to close my poetry song with my usual wishes and ending tonight. Because, as always, I hope and wish that you leave here with a smile, shiny and bright. The end.
Everyone, unmute yourselves and give it up for Ron Moore Thompson, everyone.
All right,
go,
Ron.
Love Ron's silliness.
All right.
Woohoo!
You done with RMT?
Yeah, you know me. I'm down with RMT. Yeah, you know me. Yeah. I gotta do that. I gotta do that every time that happens. So, Ron, that was amazing. I loved it. I'm here for all of it. Like I said, I'm here for all of it. I'm here for every piece of it. Thank you for coming through again and sharing your work and everything. Ron, tell us more about Bronx Art and Fun Up, because I believe I mentioned also that Terry Rose Jurtson was going to be a part of the Ekphrastic Poetry Workshop. Where can the people find that online and everything? Go from there.
Thank you so much. Well, first, since you're promoting me so nicely, buy Nick P's book at Versus Reaction. Go to his church this Sunday online. Thank you so much, Nick. And first, let me promote myself. So I am one of the assistant producers at the New Rican Poets Cafe. Every event that Advocate of Words hosts there this Saturday. The two venues, one mic event with London will be there in person, 2 p.m. Eastern time. I also guest host at
You gotta open the door.
I also guest host at Fincapulary once a month, next time on February 17th. And the word is right. I host 2 workshops there per month. And this Wednesday, as Terry Rose already very graciously promoted, she will be our first equestrian poetry and prose artist there. So it's free. I'll put that in the chat. And personally, at Ron Mark Thompson, I will put that in the chat as well. And my organization, Bronx Art and Fun Hub, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Nick and Liz and I just co-hosted a very great, successful workshop on how to host. We're going to do part 2, hopefully in a month or 2 months. Next week, Diane, she will host Equestrian Poetry and Prose with Christopher T. George, which some of us know as well. On Friday, the first Friday of the month, next week, will be a Ray of Sunshine open mic co-hosted by Lady Tiffany and Ed Poetastic. And this week, if you think my ukulele is funny and I lost my mind, well, this Thursday, it's called Bronx Art and Fun Hub for a reason, because we don't just do poetry and open mics. We also do arts and crafts. And I will be teaching a workshop with all those toilet paper rolls that you guys may have from the pandemic. We're going to put smileys on. We're going to put faces on them. Buttons, eyes, Google eyes, whatever you have. It's all free. It's all online. And there is one more. I think I'm allowed to say, but Richie, would you mind saying what happens next month with me so that I don't talk too much?
Sure thing, man. So I alluded to a new guest host. So Ron has thrown his hat into the ring. So we're gonna have him come up on the 21st of next month to guest host the BWOMS next month. So that's gonna be really exciting. Thank you for offering. It's great to change it up. So thank you, Ron.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate you, Richie. Appreciate you, Kid. And thank you so much, Nick, for all you do. It's all your fault. If you wouldn't be guest hosting every possible place, I probably wouldn't be motivated, to throw my ring in that. So I blame you. Thank you, Nick. Appreciate it.
I will take the blame and I will wear it with pride. Yes, I'm all about this. Let's go. Thank you so much, Ron Mark Thompson. It's great to see you again. Shout outs to your org at the Bronx Art and Fun Hub. And also shout out to the New Eureka Poets Cafe. It's where I got my start. That's how I'm here. Yeah, let's get to it. All right. Before we get to Urban Cowboy Poet, I'm actually going to drop one of the prompts right now for y'all. Ready? The sound of a mountain. I will drop that in the chat for y'all. So that's it is the sound of a mountain. So yeah, it's going to be awesome. I'll definitely drop that into the chat. So like I said, I have the that prompt for you. As we were hopping on the plane to go to Cleveland to go see the Urban Cowboy Poet for some urban legends. Urban Cowboy Poet, what is going on? How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm over the COVID. I'm still stuck in a glacier over around my house. I don't know how I can get out. But I got your prompt already. The hills are alive with the sound of music. There you go.
Yes.
You think a root canal is bad? I once had a root canal with no anesthetic, no Novocaine. He said, "Oh, we got to do a root canal. We have no time." I got a new dentist, but I gave up the names of 2 CIA operatives and a location of a safe house in Pakistan while I was doing that. Don't ever do that. Don't ever, ever, ever do that. Okay. We'll see the 2 venues, 1 mic, Saturday afternoon, have a nice dinner, then come to Word. Then tune in to the Word is Right to see my feature Saturday night at 8 o'clock. It'll be fun. Just a minute. Okay, I do the urban legends. Some of the legends are funnier than others. I'm just do a lot of funny ones on Saturday. I try to make them all interesting. I take them as they are. He robbed a bank and got away, but got picked up the very next day in a local tavern, guzzling beers. He got ID'd in a lineup, and he knew that he would wind up in the penitentiary doing 20 years. They didn't ever find his stash. He'd hidden all the stolen cash before the system done locked him away. He got tired of making license plates, vowed to break out and leave the States with all the loot he'd hid one fine day. What strategy could one prescribe? Perhaps a guard that he could bribe or legal document that he could forge? Then he came up with a plan. He found himself outside man, the caretaker of the prison morgue. If you help to sneak me out, I'll be grateful, ain't no doubt. I'll reward you. Let me be specific. You get half all my dough, enough to retire to Mexico or some island in the South Pacific. Well, when the next con winds up dead, I nail him in this wooden bed and send him on his way to get buried. It's a perfect place to hide. No one ever looks inside. They won't know how many cons they carry. Packed, get yourself all set to go. Pack flashlight, food, and H2O before I nail you in that there pine box. Lay yourself aside the stiff. Left to right don't make no diff. If you can't breathe, just give a couple knocks. When they lay you in that pit, it'll be scary, I admit. For a while, it won't be very nice. But I'll dig you out the dirt. I'll bring a clean Hawaiian shirt, then we'll get on our way to paradise. All were quiet late one night. The caretaker was out of sight. He must have left the room to take a leak. There were a body in the coffin, so the con took his shoes off and climbed inside. He'd waited most of the week. He replaced the wooden lid so no one could see where he hid and waited for his partner to come back. He didn't know which con was dead. He hadn't heard which con was dead. He didn't know who shared his bed. The inside of the coffin was pitch black. He got nailed in and trucked away, dropped in the ground that very day. He knew he wouldn't be there very long. His partner was his trusted part. The caretaker was his trusted part, a true friend bought with a cash reward for when anything could possibly go wrong. Then he switched his flashlight on to find out what unlucky con had cashed it in to be his ticket out. Oh my stars! Beside him lay the caretaker, dead the previous day. He screamed for help, but no one heard him shout. No, there must be some mistake. They had planned this great jailbreak, lauding themselves for being extra clever. He thought he could trust this man. Dying wasn't in the plan. Now it seemed they'd be bunkmates forever. How do we know this story's true? Did they even have a clue? Whatever kind of witness could they find? Well, someone must have spread the word. He was seen or overheard by, I guess, nobody. Never mind. Thank you.
Everyone, give it up for the urban cowboy poet right there, everyone. Woo! I loved it. I loved it.
Yes, sir.
I loved it.
Okay, come see me Saturday night, my future, and follow me on YouTube or Facebook. YouTube or Facebook. Urban Cowboy Poetry.
Urban Cowboy Poetry.
There you go. Urban cowboy poetry for the echo from the mountain and everything. I love it right there. Yes, urban cowboy poet. I love it. I love it. I can't wait for your feature. You're going to be awesome. And also Levi Miracle is also going to be there too as well, whom which I've heard before. Levi is incredible. This is going to be a great double feature to close out the month. Shout outs to the word is right there. Woo! Woo! Love it. Love it. Love it. Thank you so much. And I see everyone's thriving out here. We all thriving out here. We living. And we're going to go back to El Paso. We're going to keep on living. See Mr. Monday Night, Kit ran right there, who showed me a great website the other day, which is going to make me bankrupt at some point. And I blame Kit for that, but that's okay. But it's all good because I love Kit Ren. Because Kit is awesome. How are you, Kit?
I'm doing great, and don't blame me. Blame the good people at Home Field Apparel. This is where I get all my college football shirts. If you're a repeat watcher, you've noticed a trend in my wardrobe. Goodness me. But let's get into it, shall we? I wish to relieve one pressure that you have felt and replace it immediately with another. Do not worry about first impressions. The first impression is nothing. It is easily overridden and constantly amended, often forgotten entirely. Much more important is the 0th impression. You have no control over the 0th impression. You have no way to influence it or to even access it. It is being made right now, independently, in places that you have never even driven through. You see, as new friends tell new friends of old friends, these new friends must depend on imagination and stock images to complete the story themselves. You are a placeholder name in so many stories. There are mental images of you based off of absolutely no evidence. People you have never met have strong and inflexible opinions about you and what you should have done that one time. One day you will meet someone who knows of you only from a bystander's account of the worst day of your life. If he or she makes the connection, they will be close to starstruck, trying to reconcile the physical facts with their own understanding. You must see they have carried this cartoon of you, this caricature from a tourist trap for a long time. It has been rolled up, put in moving boxes, and subsequently unpacked in new domiciles. They may have even added their own twist to the story. It is their story now. You are now the protagonist of a modern urban legend. Do not fight against the 0th impression. Don't dwell on it. Don't justify yourself. Don't try to give context. Do your best to see the honor and not the offense. While no one can be all things to all people, you may find that, thanks to the 0th impression, being many things to enough people is astoundingly easy. And another one from me, because I am reading this poem that I wrote, because that's what this is. I am explaining things that are very simple to you. I have a confession disguised as a question. Has the desert spoiled all other outdoor settings for you too? Do forests seem to you like a claustrophobic compromise between the indoors and the outdoors, unsatisfying as most compromises are? How can this actually be outside if I can't see the entire sky? Does the ocean seem showy and excessive, gaudy like plastic jewelry on an otherwise fine hand? To have all this undrinkable water feels like someone made a mistake but didn't care enough to correct it. We are a dry land, but what we see is potable. Did the hill country underwhelm you too? Were you tempted to laugh at all the hill people who went around instead of over and through? They would think us mad, but I will never make the mistake of caring what they think again. Does every green field, no matter how wild, take on the manicured unreality of a golf course? I am tired, friend, of this world of driving ranges. you and I will spread our picnic blanket in the sand trap and throw back every Titleist that blunders in. And we come to the cover. I've done this one before. I've probably done this one before recently, but this is my time. I'm obsessed with this poem. This poem rules. This is, once again, the first line is The Deepest by Kim Adonizia. I have been one acquainted with the spatula, the slotted, scuffed, Teflon-coated spatula that lifts a solitary hamburger from pan to plate, acquainted with the vibrator known as the pocket rocket and the dildo that goes by text, and I have gone out a drunken bitch in order to ruin what love I was given, and also I have measured out my life in little pills. Zoloft, Restoril, Celexa, Xanax, I have. For I am a poet, and it is my job, my duty, to know wherein lies the beauty of this degraded body, or maybe it's the degradation in the beautiful body, the ugly me, groping back to my desk to piss on perfection, to lay my kiss of mortal confusion upon the mouth of infinite wisdom. My kiss says razors and pain. My kiss says America is charged with the madness of God. Sundays too. The soldiers get up early and put on their fatigues in the blue-black day, black milk, black gold, Texas tea. Into the valley of Halliburton rides the infantry. Why does 1 month have to be the cruelest? Can't they all be equally cruel? I have seen the best gamers of your generation joysticking their M1 tanks through the sewage-filled streets. Whose world this is, I think I know.
That was everything.
Yes.
Give it up for Kit Ren, everyone, Mr. Monday Night.
It's the Monday night.
That was awesome, Kit. I gotta say, that was really awesome. Definitely one of your best performances. I'm not saying it because I'm hosting. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It was awesome. That was one of the best. So, you want to hold up that sheet and everything, and you want us to sing along to as well? You know, I don't know. Maybe you want to sing along.
If you know the words, go ahead. Instagram at Kit Ran Away. Twitter at Kit Talk Sports. You get what you pay for, and Twitter's free. Kofi.com/KitRen, a very idiosyncratic football history, doing it one game at a time. You can find me at Facebook, easy enough. You can email me here or drop something in the tip jar. Let's see. I'll be back at Tumblewords this Saturday. Our host is a local person who's no stranger to us, Sarah Addison, Juba the Griot. I'll be hosting my own Tumblewords on February 12th. It's the annual Against Love Poetry event. And I hope to see all of you somewhere in this cyber melange we got going.
Hell yeah. You're going to see me in the cyber melange. I'm here. We in here. We thriving. We thriving out here. We doing our thing, you know. I love it. I love it, kid. And I'll also be a fellow host on Tumblewords too as well, 2 weeks after you. So, yeah, get your calendars ready and everything because we going to rock it. Thank you so much, Kit. Great to see you again. Mr. Monday Night right there. Well, technically it's Tuesday night, so I guess you could say also Mr. Tuesday Night too as well. So, yeah. All right. So, Zoom is beautiful because I can go anywhere I want in the world. I can go right back to Jersey. I can go to El Paso. I can go to Missouri if I wanted to. But we're not going to go to the U.S. We're going to go to Malaysia to go see what Julian Matthews has for us in store. Julian, it's great to see you again. I love that background right there. How are you doing today?
Hi. How's everybody? Thanks for having me.
I'm doing okay. I had a root canal, but I mean, other than that, I mean, I'm doing it. But yeah, that wasn't fun, you know. But yeah, root canals are not fun. But, you know, being in a space like this is fun. So yeah, take the bad with the good, I guess, right? Whenever you're ready to get going, Julian, the floor is yours.
So this came about from a prompt if life doesn't give you lemons. So I've entitled it Lemonless. When life doesn't give you lemons, get a banana and peel it. Then slip on it. Find the appeal in tripping up on your own ego. Then pick yourself up. Go buy a durian. Open it up with bare hands, prick your fingers and bleed. Smell the pain of being one of the unfreed. Then go sit under a tree. If a shiny new apple should drop on your head, ignore it. You don't understand the gravity of your own ignorance anyway. Let all the apples fall at your feet and rot, and rot, and rot. Then give in to temptation and eat one. Let it cure you of your sinless core. If life doesn't give you lemons, check your privilege before entering the orchard. Not everyone can afford a branded juicer to make lemonade. Besides, ice melts. Sweetness is overrated. So stop drinking the Kool-Aid. Here, bite into the bitter, raw. Empathy is a fruit you have yet to taste. A lemonless life is deceiving. Relish the receiving. Thank you. Do you have time for another?
Yeah, we definitely have time for another. Go for it.
Just got to change my background. So they issued a coin with Maya Angelou on the back of the coin, or verse, as they say. So I thought it was ironic that the press release said George Washington's head would remain on the heads and Maya's would grace the tails. So this is a riff of her poem, a very, very famous poem, Still I Rise. Still I rise after Maya Angelou. You stamp my image on a coin to commemorate our ties. Turn me into loose change, but still, despite your spin, I rise. Does my memory upset you? Why are you racked with guilt? 'Cause I talk like I had gold dripping down the walls you built. Just like imprisoned fathers and living sons, with the certainty of freedom cries, callous knees on soiled field, still I'll rise. Did you carve me on the back of a quarter, the flip side of a slave owner's head, just so you could spin me to tales, betrayed in silver coins to my fate? Does my pride in winning still offend you? Don't you hate it when I make it? 'Cause I sing and dance, put it all to rhyme. It's playing in your dirty mind and you can't forsake it. You may shoot me with your guns, you may cut me with your lies, you may kill me with your coppers, but still, like the heat, I'll rise. Does my shininess upset you? When I'm stacked, are you surprised? Worth more than billionaires in space, leaving your orbit with those envious eyes. Still only a quarter to your dollar? I'll rise. Jangling louder and louder in your pockets? I'll rise. Still tugging at change, losing your collars? I'll rise. Electrifying tasers shooting like rockets? I'll rise. Trap me in forgotten piggy banks? Yet I'll rise. Reduce me to the back of the bus fare? Yet I rise. Throw away charity in a homeless hat? Yet I rise. Clatter me in a street busker's tin box? Yet I'll rise. All your spin for this flippancy? Yet I rise. I rise. I rise. Thank you.
Everyone, unmute yourselves and give it up for Julian Matthews, everyone.
That was
That-
incredible, man. That, oh, even for you, that was great. Oh, oh, wow.
Everything Michael said. I'm just gonna say everything Michael said right there. Yes, that was incredible. That needs to be published. That piece was brilliant, Julia. Oh my God.
Yeah, that desperately needs to be published. Send that to all the biggies. Send it to New Yorker and Atlantic and all those places because it deserves it.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I agree, Michael. Thank you. Yes, indeed. Julian, for the people watching on the live stream, and even I think you made some new fans tonight because there's some people who are in the room right now that I've never seen before. Where can the people find you and your amazing work online?
You can find me on Linktree/Julian Matthews, double T with an S. Thank you.
There you go, everyone. Linktree, Julian Matthews, double T right there. Thank you so much for coming through again, Julian. It's great to see you again. It's been a while, and I hope that piece gets published. That was published. That was amazing right there. I'm floored. Wow. All right. So Patrick Reed is supposed to be next, but I don't see anyone with that name Patrick Reed in here. Patrick Reed is under a different name. Please let me or Richie or one of us know, and we'll get you on and everything like that. All right. So with that being said, the next person we have right here is the DC area. We got Mr. Ed Poetastic, because he gonna make us feel fantastic. Yeah, I know the line. You're awesome, Mr. Ed. How are you?
I'm great, great, great. Lucky to be here. Thank you for making my Poetastic Poet Credible mind in gear.
I love how you rhyme through the whole way. I'm ready for what you have in store, Ed. Whenever you're ready, the floor is yours.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you forevermore. Okay, my name is Ed Poetastic. Hope you feel fantastic. Please give me the time so I could join my rhyme for all you feel sublime. I got one short piece and 3 other pieces, and you know they're gonna rhyme. This piece is created from Terry Rose's awesome workshop. This is called Love Poem. Love is easy. People make it hard. It can be breezy. Just lower your guard. Come on, don't be uneasy. It won't leave you scarred. Let love in. Don't feel queasy. Love is between good and evil with deep regards. Love is flying, soaring freely. Love isn't measured in millimeters or yards. Love, but please don't be greedy or too creepy. Love is warmer than the sun with big open arms. Thank you. Thank you so much. And this is called We Can Rise. We can rise. Oh, pain, don't be abstained. We can rise. No pain, no gain. We can rise. Fear, don't let it be contained. We can rise. Experience can't be disdained. We can rise. Break out of that mediocre domains. We can rise. Destroy your heavy chains. We can rise. Use your colorful abyss brain. We can rise. Chug it down like tasty champagne. We can rise. Down to hungry life's drain. We can rise. Spread across the plains. We can rise, eat the very bitter grains. We can rise, many hardship we've slain. We can rise, ride the rough, dirty lanes. We can rise, run on the spiky terrains. We can rise, control the hellish trains. We can rise, drink the acid rain. We can rise, embrace your messy stains. We can rise, time won't be in vain. We can rise, our trials make us more humane. The more pain we suffer, the better we can rise. Push on, go on, live on. Please don't suffer and complain. Thank you. I got one more in store for an encore. Got 2 more. This is called Karma's Tears. I'm still here where you left me, beaten and alone. I look the same, but my heart is black and stone. You pull me like a puppet with invisible strings. My deep open scars and wounds still sings. I hate you, no, I loathe you, no, I despise you with every fiber of my soul. You turn my essence into shadowy coal. Fuck you over again for everything you've done. Hope you feel the burns of a billion suns. The burning pain feels like walking barefoot in a river of snakes. The thought of it keeps my inner scars awake. All you say is sorry. Can you go back in time so you can redo your wrongs and return what is mine? My carefree hopes sparkling dreams, and luminous days. Now I'm colorblind with a permanent vision of gray. You had a crazy look in your eyes, but I paid no mind. I was so lost in the delusional fantasy, I didn't want to see the screaming signs. You bellowed, it wasn't you, but it was me. Here's a fact, even the blind admit they can't see. My bed is filled with pins and needles that are slowly eating away. My body labeled being a fool in the deep dark cascades. I cursed you, but I want you to suffer more. I want someone or something to rip out your bloody core. I want justice for playing your melancholy and demented games. I just want redemption for the suffocating shame. You're just a vile, venomous memory inside of me. I hope karma's punishment can set you free. All right, I got one more for thank you so much. I got one more in store for an encore. This is called My Words. if Michael Center's feeling me, I'm doing a good job. Thank you all so much. I'm so very touched. All right, thanks a bunch. Okay, this is called My Words. My words are me. My words are trees. My words are happy. My words are crappy. My words are sappy. My words are scrappy. My words are fleas. My words are peas. My words are chickpeas. My words are keys. My words are teas. My words are Cherokees. My words are banshees. My words are vitamin Bs. My words are vitamin Cs. My words are vitamin Ds. My words are free. My words are Bs. My words are Cs. My words are we. Thank you so much.
Everyone, unmute yourselves and give it up for Ed Poetastic, everyone.
Yes, sir. Right on, Ed.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I always feel happy whenever I hear you, Ed. It's so great to hear you again. Thank you for coming through tonight, Ed Poetastic. It's great to see you. You made me feel fantastic. So, I mean, that was dope. Where can the people find you online and your open mic that you got? Ray of Sunshine with Lady Tiffany. Shout out to Lady Tiffany, too, as well. And all your cool stuff you got coming up.
Oh, sure, no problem. You can follow me on Facebook at Eddie Foreman, and you can follow me on IG at Eddie Foreman 92. And remember, if the mic is right, I'll be there to shine my poetastic insight. And if you send me a question, you take a guess. The answer is I click yes. So I hope everyone have a poetastic and stay safe, blissful, and poeticredible and blessed. And our workshop or kind of a open mic is next Friday. So if you want to hear some positive jokes or positive poems, please come. Please come. We welcome all. So please stand tall and never fall. And please keep breaking those boring, pale walls.
I'm down for breaking the boring pale walls. I'm down for that. Let's go. I'm with it. We're gonna go ram right on through it. I'm ready.
Woo!
I'm ready. You made me ready, Eddie. I love it. I loved it. Thank you so much, Ed Poetastic, for coming through. And make sure you drop your info into the chat too as well. This mic is winding down. We're down to the last few people. We're making great time right here. I gotta say, I'm having a lot of fun. This has been a great night tonight so far. And before we get to Rowiana, I hope I'm saying that right. I should be saying that right because I know Rowiana for a bit. I'm going to give the second of the 5 prompts for y'all. So, we heard the first one was the sound of a mountain. The second one is inflection of Mars. Again, inflection of Mars. There we go right there. That's the second prompt. I'll make sure I'll drop that along with the first prompt in the chat for anyone that missed it and everything, all the people that came in. All right. So I hope I said that right. Rowiana, I hope I said that right. Did I say that correctly?
I say it Rowena, but
Rowena. Okay, I'll correct myself. I'll correct
because
myself there. I'll correct
I
myself.
spelled it wrong, so
It's
I have
okay.
to live with it.
Okay. Rowena, excuse me. I want to make sure I got that right. Rowena, it's great to see you again. It's been a while. I hope all is well. How are you doing today?
I am well. I think I might have a cold, but at least it's just a cold and not the plague.
True. I agree. I agree with that 100%, 110% thing.
I have 3 pieces. They're short. The first one is for all the football fans out there. I was watching a football game, listening to the commentators, and I'm like, hey, I think I could make a poem out of that. So it's called Commentator's Critique. Take what the defense gives, boo the offense early. The jabs keep coming. It's all in the approach. You're absolutely right. Don't give up without a fight. Do you know which way you need to turn next? Oh, just listen and learn. Whether stuck in second or third gear, what is it that they fear? Escapability or instability? All huffing and puffing like it's all or nothing. Then I answered my sister's challenge. We were watching the news and they did some puff piece on this guy who collects light bulbs. And I'm like, what? She says, I dare you, write a poem about light bulbs. And this is what it turned into. Luminary. A glimmer or shimmer, be nearer unto me. Guide against the terror of the night, providing a pathway to ease anxiety. Illuminate against shadows of lurking potential harm. Light gives sheer delight. Be it flicker or steady flame, it is enough to sustain. And then my last piece is new shit. Yay, new shit. I wrote this today after reading a book of poetry. Enchanting words, tender and sweet, written with passion, voiced, yet not unvoiced, yet not unsaid. They echo within my head. These words of yours I have just read hold immeasurable value, shared heartbreak. We two are somehow connected, both having been rejected and neglected. Aching souls shattered by loneliness, grief embodied by darkness. Release thy pain. Despair is a curse, cured by devotion and attentiveness. The heart longs to hear its lover's song. Endure, my love, for here is where you belong. Perhaps I must hire a cartographer to map the roads that will guide you home. But then I remember those linked by destiny will always find each other. Desire feeding eternal fire. This prayer must not fall upon deaf ears. I call to you. Wait, then listen. Again, seeking out what I envision, knowing one day I will reside within thy calming, secure embrace of grace, and true love's kiss will remedy all that has been amiss. Thank you.
Unmute yourselves, everyone. Give it up for Rowena, everyone. Wow.
Right on.
What a set.
Nice, bravo.
That was incredible. Each piece so unique, and each piece hit with every syllable right there. I love that set. That was amazing. Probably one of the best sets I've heard from you. And it's been a while, and I'm glad that you're here. And it's great to see you again, Rowena. Where can the people find you online and all your awesome stuff and everything too as well?
It is great to be here among all you beautiful artists. At Rowena Writes on Facebook and Instagram.
There you are, right there. And I believe there was a dot after the A. Just to clarify, is that right?
No
No dot. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. I'm like my eyes are going bad, so my teeth are going bad. My eyes are going bad. I'm breaking down here. I think I need to go get like a mechanic or something to fix this body. Oh man, it's great to see you again. Thank you so much for sharing it. That last one really hit. I'm like, I gotta say, that last one really hit. I was amazing right there. Thank you for coming through again, Rowena. And please drop your info in the chat for everyone too as well, because I definitely think you made some fans tonight. You know, got a shout out to Jenny over there and Priscilla Cruz who are there too as well. There too as well. Shout outs to both you. Oh man, wow. Whew. We are approaching the end of the night. We got coming up to the mic next. We went from Cincinnati, go Joe Burrow, Los Angeles. We're going to see Mr. Tessel Somok with our Tez Talk, or Tez Music, and that amazing background. What's going on, Mr. Tessel Somok? How are you?
Hey, guys. So I can do a piece, 2 songs, or what do you think, Richie? How are we doing on time?
I think we're doing good on time, right, Richie? We're doing really good on time, believe it or not. Yeah, we're doing really good on time. So, what do you say, Mr. Tez? What are you feeling tonight? I want to see what you're feeling tonight.
The poem is not too long, and then the other 2 songs are short. So they're not very long. So I mean, if we have time, I'd like to do them.
Richie, I say I'll leave it up to you. I say green light. What do you say? Richie's giving me the green light. I say the green light too as well.
There you go. Thumbs up, green light. Let's do it.
Let's do this. I'm here for it all.
I don't know why I'm stuck on doing these large body of water pieces. That this one, I don't know. I don't think I've done this one here. This one's titled "Flotsam on a Mighty River." To put your hands in a river is to feel the cords that bind the earth together. Barry Lopez. A river begins at a source, usually at a watershed, draining into streams, basins, lakes, follows a path of least resistance. It ends at a mouth or a confluence or a river delta. The water is confined to a channel made of stream bed between banks. In some, there is wider floodplain shaped by floodwaters overtopping the channel. The distinction between river channel and floodplain are blurred by urban areas where the floodplain, which becomes greatly developed by housing and industry. A river flowing is a source of energy that acts to change the shape and form. In 1757, the German hydrologist Albert BWOMS empirically observed that the submerged weight of objects carried away by a river are proportional to the 6th power of the river flow speed. This formulation is called Airy's law. If the speed of the flow is doubled, the flow would dislodge objects with 64 times as much submerged weight. Under maritime law, flotsam is debris in the water that was not deliberately been thrown overboard. In the middle of 2018, Michelle Alexander wrote an essay where she argues that we are not the resistance. She stated, "We are a mighty river they are trying to dam." A fragmentary flow of bodies, segmented desires, semiotic dreams, historical reckoning, and reparations. The aggregation, multiplicative emergence of power that topples grounded statues. When the political river sweeps away monuments, it erects its own, while simultaneously dislodging Columbus, the indigenous steward, watched as the flotsam carries away the multi-century genocidal cancerous caravels, the freemen peeking through the Underground Railroad as the resentful Confederate Southern Crows are dragged in their wooden floating batteries and sunk in their white supremacist ironclad cruisers. The power of the river unnames the streets, buildings, and places once attributed as trophies of the old world that sanctified the right of conquest, the right of doctrine of discovery. And like the wolf and the sheep at the stream drinking water, the tyrant needs no justification for an automatic banishment, displacement with a fraudulent transference as occupation. Delusion, fear, and dismay have been long rooted in a metamorphic world. History, as in his story, not our story, is being washed by the mighty force of the collateral inequalities of history that have lingered like toxic blooms of algae. We must remember that simply doubling our effort will multiply our effect by 64 times. Aries law. So that was Flotsam on a Mighty River. Okay, so this first piece is a piece that the conversation started out with Nick thanking Kit about turning him onto a website, and many of us got the wrong idea, including myself. We're going to try to elucidate whether that's the case. Tights in white satin, nurses in suede, nuns in suspenders and saucy French maid, white satins and 90, squeals of the light, and summer's party at our house last night. And they loved it, yes, they loved it. Oh, how they loved it. Maggie was modeling a bikini so brief, she could easily use it for flossing her teeth. Biggie's a virgin, and there's really no doubt. She's tried a vibrator and her fillings fell out. Susie saw one in tartan. Can I try it? She asked. No way, said the lady. That's my thermals and flash. Ticklers and teasers to tempt your old man. Magazines full of pictures you can read with one hand. And they love it, yes, they love it. Oh, how they love it. right. Did I get it wrong or was it sports? Oh, it was sports. Sorry, I got the wrong song. Let's go to the next one. You got to little, take a little, let your poor heart break a little. That's the story. That's the glory. You got to laugh a little, cry a little before the clouds roll by. That's the story of that's the glory. As long as there's two of us, we got the world and all its charm. And when the world is through with us, we got each other's arm. You got to win a little, lose a little, always have the blues a little. That's the story. That's the glory of love. That's the story. That's the glory of. That's the story. That's the glory. That's the story. That's the glory of. All righty, that's my story.
Bravo, bravo.
Indeed, everyone unmute yourselves and give it up for Mr. Tezo Soma! Woo!
Heck yes. Awesome, man.
You did the thing with the words and the songs, and I enjoyed a lot of it, and I enjoyed every bit of it, excuse me, because it's late at night for me. It's almost 1 a.m, but I'm happy. You made me happy.
Good.
There's matching backgrounds going on over here. I think you're turning into a cult leader, Mr. Tezo Soma. I don't know.
No, you're the church guy, man. You're the church guy.
That's facts. That's facts right there. Mr. Tezasoma, where can the people find you online, and also your book, and also the publications too as well that you had recently published?
Yeah, so thanks. Folks can catch me on Instagram under Gaseous 2019. Pick up my book off of Amazon and titled Gaseous. And you can look for it with my name and Gaseous, 2 words, and it'll pop it right up. Also, I had a piece published in Canada, which I was very proud of. And actually, that's a paying gig, so they're paying some royalties on that. And then I'm still finishing up my book, and just doing a lot of creative stuff. And hopefully, you guys keep enjoying the songs and I'll keep playing the spoofies. Thank you.
I'm here for all of it. Like I said, I'm here for all of it, and I loved it. I loved it so much. Thank you so much for coming through, Mr. Sezosoma. Great to see you again. It's been a while, and I hope all is well with you.
All right, thank
We
you.
got anytime. We got 2 more people left on the list. And coming up next is someone who I met in person, one of the next 10 poets in the house. Shout out to the next 10 right there, and the original 10 who are also in the house right now. Poet Khan. I also see you, Patty, too, as well. And I hope I got the name right, too, as well. I believe it was Christina. Hang on here. What was the last name on that one? Christina Enriquez, or Courtney Enriquez, excuse me. Let me correct myself. Courtney Enriquez, I saw you in there. Shout outs to you, too, as well. Well, let's get to Gigi, because I want to hear what Gigi has to say, because I know it's late over there where you are, because you're in Massachusetts, I believe, still, right?
I am. I'm in Massachusetts this week. I was in Minneapolis like 2 weeks ago. So yeah, you can find me at iron_resilience. You can buy my book at arcadian-poetry.com. So yeah, I wrote something just now, and then I have I'm gonna read the other poem that I wrote like a week or so ago. But yeah, it is late. I was in an in-person open slam, and then I hurried home to come to Barbed Wire because you got to be here. All right, so this one is called Dallas Now Boarding. To the woman flying to Texas while we were in Minneapolis, I'm too nosy for my own good. And there is a stillness in terminals before boarding. I wanted to tell you something, but it's a something that isn't a word, just a feeling. I heard you talking on the phone. There are things you can't do in an airport. Comforting a stranger is one of them. I know your mother was dying. You said she had declined this week from only needing 5 milligrams of oxycodone to a long elixir to endure the stiffness of living. You said you'd hope she went soon because you had already lost your mom. Appointments no longer mattered. I know that feeling, but this isn't about me. This isn't about my grief. No, this was your story. But there are a lot of things you can't do in an airport. But God, I wish I could have. I wanted to sit next to you, not to talk to you or to tell you it would be okay. Just to let you know you aren't alone, even in an airport. But maybe I'm the selfish one for wanting to play a part in your story, but I didn't. Not this time. I was a bystander, a viewer to a story that isn't original, a story with no miracles. Airports are no place for comfort. There is no camaraderie in a terminal. But to the woman going home to Dallas, I hope your flight was safe, and I hope you got there in time. And this one I just wrote as soon as I got home and jumped on with y'all. So we'll see how it goes. This one's called Roadkill. I think about the first time I saw a deer in Minneapolis on the side of the road. In the Midwest, no one stops for deer. I think about the time the car slid off the road. I am now the deer. I pass by dead deer on the road, bodies that pile up, and how no one stops for a moment to see if you're okay. The first time I saw a living deer, the irony, iron bars to the cemetery I saw them in, eating grass over graves off of Lake Street in downtown Minneapolis. I think about my grave, if there will ever be any deer on it, or if it will be on the roadside. What is it like to need a Ouija board more often than a phone to call home? Think about the first time I saw a living deer in Minneapolis. And I wonder if I am living my life in a cemetery or if I am dying while trying to live on the road. All right, that's all I got for you guys tonight. Sorry, I'm kind of sleepy. I started grad school this week, but love to be here.
Congratulations on the grad school, and everyone unmute yourselves and give it up for Gigi, everyone. Woo!
Yes, excellent, excellent.
Wow.
Both those pieces. Great, great work, Gigi. And congrats again on the grad school.
Thank you. I'm
I'll be-
dying.
I'll be there eventually. You just gotta give me time.
Oh
be
God,
there. I'll be
don't
ready
do
to-
it. Don't do it. Oh God.
Well,
but do it. Like, don't do it, but do it. Like, I'm like a green, like I'm a green stop sign where I'm just like, don't like.
Well, I mean, green is my favorite color, so I mean, yeah, that's gonna be like, yeah.
We love to see it. If you do grad school, then we can cry together. We're only 4 hours apart from each other. We can meet in the middle and then just cry in Connecticut. I feel like
I'm
that's what
down for
Connecticut's
that.
for. Yeah.
I'm down for that, but also I could just go to Rhode Island too, as well. Because
Oh, I love Rhode Island. Rhode Island. Yeah, 100%, Nick. Let's meet
yeah,
in
I
Rhode
think
Island to cry.
exactly. I'm down for Rhode Island. I've never been to Rhode Island too. That's why I've been to Connecticut too. Connecticut drivers nearly killed me a couple times, so let's go to Rhode Island. Yes.
Excellent.
Thank you so much for coming through, Gigi. It's great to see you again, and I wish you best of luck in grad school, and hope to see you soon too as well. All right, so we have approached the end of the night, so to speak. Got one more person, and it's someone you know, someone you love. Dan the man. Dan the man. The 915 right there. Dan the man. There you go. Right there. What is up, Dan the man? Is everything working now? You seem you're having problems and everything earlier.
I'm sorry?
You were having problems earlier. You were coming in and out and everything in the room and everything. I want to make sure that everything's good, you know?
I was gonna unmute to give a whoop whoop to whoever performed earlier, but then it said what something had blocked yeah, something. It said it won't unmute me, but then it also won't unmute the camera, or it won't reveal my camera. And I said, well, I want to see myself. Hey, what the? I'm sorry, it's a long story. I don't know what the hell happened. Okay, give me 1 minute. Yeah. There's a couple of I'm gonna make this quick. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, right. Hold on a second. Okay. Still Waters by Matt Myers. Okay. There's a short one. Love my neighbor. I must not hate my evaluation mate. End quote. Perspective. Think of the infinite. Keep all problems small. Be compassionate. Forgive one and all. Okay. Not this one. Not this one. All right, hold on 1 second. Okay. Labor cost. The relation between employer and employee, the inherently unfree. Men in labor, men give birth through their work. Work should be not a curse. Okay, let me try to find one more. Children of all ages. Children of all ages need to play. We need to celebrate even as we slave to our fate. I pray that the children of Gaza and the children of Iraq will one day be able to frolic. That brother will be gentle with the brother in honor of our universal and loving mother. End quote. Yeah, it's Still Waters by Matt Myers. Well, hello?
You're here. We're here. Listen. That was awesome.
Thank you. Next, okay. Well, okay, just to let you know, next Monday will be, wait, will it be the 31st?
Yep, that's correct. It'll be the 31st.
Okay, then. Well, I thought it was going to be in February, but I was going to do the children's calendar, the child calendar by John Updike, but we'll have to wait in 2 weeks. and also will honor Black History Month. But looks like I'll try to find another one to fill in the void. So I don't know. Okay, here it is. Read it and weep it. Find me on Twitter and Instagram, Facebook. Don't forget the hashtag and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Okay, you know what to do. And those of you who are new here, screenshot this, please. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys next Monday. And y'all be careful. All right, Nick, back to you, and tell Richie to take us home.
Absolutely. That's the plan. It's great to hear from you again, Dan the man. You are awesome. You're awesome. That was great work tonight. I appreciate that very much.
Thank you.
Indeed. Oh, well, this has been a night, everyone. Before we close out the night, I want to say thank you, everyone that stuck around. Thank you for everyone that came through to the room to listen. Thank you to all the YouTube streamers and everything. You can rewatch this as amongst hundreds and hundreds of hours of content where you can see even my own hosting stuff. You can see also Kit hosting. You can see Poet Khan hosting, who's in the room, Richie hosting, and so many other. And you can see Dan the Man too as well. Yeah, it's awesome.
Do that for a long while. My time will come.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, indeed, right there. Yes. So, before we close up the night, I also want to say you can follow me also on Facebook, IG, The Real Nick P, my Cash App, my Venmo, my PayPal, all there too as well. My book, Adverse Reaction, that Marina is holding up right there. This one right here. Before we close out the night, Richie, I wanted to do one more poem actually because I think we have some time. Can I do a new one actually? Would y'all mind? Cool. All right. This one I titled The Taste of Transparency and Transformation. I tasted sulfur on my tongue, an unfamiliar way of healing, a filling of the gaps of my body, turning myself into marble. A chiseled statue of pain hollows me out. Why are you hoping for the best when needles are raining terror on you? My body is telling me after years of neglect, you have no time to reflect. Don't deflect. Don't establish a reconnect. You have to let go of all the parts of you. You had an empire of mud after all. You thought your life was bad then. Let me ask you, is it really that bad now? So you said no. I'm glad you held the lantern out to the forest and found light in the alchemy of the world, for everything mutates into something. Humans' minds transform, beliefs do change. Tell me, where does your hatred lie? Within, isn't it? And I was told to shut up. As marble became flesh, as stones became organs, as the cracks became scars. And I listened. And listen, now I speak until the sulfur explodes and I transform into the beautiful creature I wanted to be. Also, thank you for reminding me, Urban Cowboy Poet. I do have 3 more prompts to give. Yes. So I will give the 3 prompts and then I'll hand it back to Richie. 3rd prompt. Cactus water. Again, cactus water. 4th prompt. Coyotes howl. Coyotes howl. And the last one, snake skin safe. Snake skin safe. I will also drop all those prompts into the chat right there for everyone. Thank you again for letting me host, Richie. It was a pleasure. It was a great night. Richie, you have anything you want to say before we shut this engine down?
Yo, I always have plenty to say, and I can, but I won't. But definitely, this was, as always, a great night. Thanks to everyone who performed, everyone who just came and hung out. I know that we did have a lot of new people looking in today. If you are an EPCC student and you're here for the Tejano code, I just put it in the chat here on the Zoom call. If you are watching on YouTube, shoot us a message, Barbed Wire Open Mic on our Facebook page or our Instagram page, and I'll get you that code. But man, Nick, you killed it every time. You were coming with that energy where I felt like after every introduction, you were gonna do like the air horn. It sounded like you're gonna lead right into that. Anyway, as always, we will be back next Monday. And I always mean to say this at the beginning of the show, but I forget. I'm just kind of anxious to get started and get everyone their time on. But if you do want to sign up, it's really easy. Probably the easiest and fastest way to get alerted of the sign up is if you use YouTube, subscribe to our channel. You click the little subscribe button down there, and you can also click on the bell for notifications. That way, so every time we upload a new video, you are notified, and we always upload these live streams in advance. So as soon as I upload the live stream for the next week, in the description, you can find the link to sign up. Of course, we also do post a Facebook event page. We always put a link in our Instagram profile. So just be on the lookout for that. Yes, shout out to everyone who performed. And thank you, Priscilla and Courtney and other peeps, Jenny, people over here just hanging out. Great to always have you guys on. Patty, what is up? But also, if you're in El Paso, we do have an open mic this Thursday. So if you want to come out, I think depending on the weather, we'll probably be outside or inside. We'll try and keep safe. I'm going to be cleaning the mic now as a precaution. What else? What other things? Otherwise, yeah, look forward to seeing you guys next week. And of course, the archive, it's there. Share it. If you share this, more people get to see it. Anyway, my name's Rich. For the live stream, I'm going to go ahead and end it. But as always, some of us are going to hang out after party. So if you ever want to join us, just join us from YouTube to the Zoom link. You can join using that link to sign up. And we'll be here for a little bit, for as long as people want. And yeah, beautiful, beautiful people. See you next time. Peace. Let's go and stop the live stream.
Peace, everyone.